All right, welcome back to Waste Some Time with Jason Green. I am Jason Green. It's Wednesday. And we've got a lot of fun in store for you today. Wednesday 13 is here. Of course, it's Wednesday, and a little later, Malfunction Sean Clark is going to join us. We're going to give away some concert tickets, so you're going to want to stick around for that. And then we're going to talk about all kinds of other things. We've been working very hard preparing for this show. Okay, absolutely nothing. But we're going to make something up right after this. Just wanna waste some time with you. Sometimes it seems too good to be true. Nobody out there to waste time with that. Programming notes before we get started. My interview with Pete Lauren from Trickster just came out, and it's making blabbermouth news. I think it's also on CNN and all the other channels. But anyway, it's big news. You want to check that out on this channel. And then after that, today, right before this show, I did an exclusive interview with Steve Lynch of the band Autograph. We discussed the recent legal settlement, the agreement that was reached, and we discussed it. You'll hear it here first. That's going to be on Friday morning. So that's just a few notes. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. All right, let's bring in Wednesday 13. How are you, Wednesday?
I just flew in, and boy, are my arms tired.
This is your day, Wednesday.
It is. I'm here to report I have not washed my hair since our last live. I realized that today. This is why I'm wearing a hat. The hair is messy. It's still there though. So
that's important that you still have it.
Yes.
We're going to give away these tickets when Sean gets here. We've got all kinds of cool ways to do it, and hopefully they'll work, and hopefully my computer won't freeze up. But if it does, you will swoop in.
I will swoop in and handle it.
Yeah, I mean, this is your day, so
it is. It is. I meant to wash my hair, but I didn't. I was going to dye my hair today, but I didn't. So today is why these hats come in handy. It's part of my trademark look. I've been wearing it for a while. So when I do start losing my hair in the later years, this hat will be on. People will go, "Oh, didn't even know, man. You just always wore a hat." See, thinking ahead.
You're calculated. It's hard to believe that in just a few days, mere hours, you and I will be meeting with Dudley from Different Strokes.
Yeah, and what day is that, on Friday too? Or is that Saturday?
I think that's Saturday or Sunday.
Okay, all right. We got a pretty full weekend of this stuff going on.
So much to get to and fun. Starting, tomorrow I'm going to get off the plane and I'm going to go right to see Right Here, Right Now, the Ghost movie.
That's right.
Yeah, and
I'm going to see that tomorrow as well.
Yeah, it's probably the same time. We probably both have the same.
We're not going to the Universal Studio ones now. We're going to a different one now. So
yeah, no, you go to the Art House. Yes. Speaking of Art House, I want to welcome Malfunction Sean Clark in Center Square, right there.
Oh, there he is.
There he
is. Did you guys really?
Not planned.
Not planned.
Oh, although I feel stupid.
We got to get you.
That's one. Okay. You don't care about Oz. No big deal. Wednesday.
I do care about Striper. I am a Striper fan. I just don't.
It was just brain cancer. It's no big deal.
Yeah. Get you on the next one.
All right.
If he has to get a tune-up, you'll get a shirt. It's funny though, because it was in my mailbox last night, and I thought, what if Sean wore the same exact?
I thought the same thing. I said he better not wear that shirt.
I have a little cover. It is a nice shirt, and for those who don't know what we're talking about, Oz Fox came on to talk about his latest brain cancer surgery. He's had more than one, and these shirts were to raise money. I like it. Instead of doing a GoFundMe or a handout or begging on the corner, you sell a product that's a cool thing, and we all got to show our support for Oz. It's a cool shirt. What do you think, Sean? I think they're pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it. I like how he's got the guitar, and I think he has the owner manual there he's reading. Either it's the owner manual for the guitar or the contraption that's on his chest. Which
I
don't
thought
know.
that too. Great minds think alike. I said, look at this. Oz is catching up on a little light reading on this shirt. I
Yeah.
thought maybe it was Catcher in the Rye or his phone book. He was making plans. But yes, Oz is reading and playing guitar at the same time. Pretty impressive. He had his brain operated on while playing guitar.
Yeah.
That might make him the best guitar player of all time.
Yeah. I don't know how many can say they've done it.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll do it in front of an audience next time, like a pay-per-view. Stryper should probably get to work on that.
Yeah. Well, happy Juneteenth, everybody. I'm sure you've all been celebrating. I watched. I listened to side one, A Slave to the Grind, and then I'm probably gonna. I might watch. The third season or the What's Happening Now later in celebration of Juneteenth.
Yeah, that's kind of how we would celebrate Juneteenth, I think. And yes, the events have started here. Of course, we're going to have a full night of Juneteenth celebrations, naturally.
And I may even call my ex-wife and just say hi, just for Juneteenth.
Wow. Well, now you're getting serious.
It's a big day.
Yeah,
and she is of the African American persuasion. If you're curious why.
Yeah. Well, that's a good thing. Sean bragging about how open-minded he is to everybody else.
I figured I should follow it up with the semi-racial joke in the beginning.
Why not? Why not kick things off? It's funny you mentioned. As soon as you started talking, I go, you know what? I forgot to turn on the monetization for this video, and so before they turn it off, I better get to it. Nothing wrong with
you ain't doing this for free. Or at least you're not.
Well, I was just giving it away. I was like you guys. Although all the snacks you could imagine at the OC Metal Meltdown are on me. We're gonna have such a
I cannot wait. I love snacks and metal.
That was the name of my first band. It was called Snacks and Metal.
Snacks and Metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to all the fun. I was just saying to Wednesday, can you believe we're just days away from meeting Dudley from Different Strokes? It's crazy.
It's pretty crazy.
Oh, I'm not going to that, but yeah.
But you've already met Dudley. You've already had the experience.
Yeah, I used to. Well, I don't.
You guys went to the same bike shop together.
Yeah, I was gonna say I used to represent him. I technically still kind of do if there was interest. But I don't really. I haven't spoken to Shavar in quite some time. So,
well,
Wednesday night
and I are going to talk to him about how he scared us off of Mr. Carlson from WKRP.
Yeah,
and how the Neptune diving for Neptune game that they played, how it scarred us. We thought after that episode, we thought we would be molested the rest of our lives. I never had any takers, but
I was scared of bikes, Polaroids, all kinds of stuff because of this.
Definitely wasn't going to go to a bike shop after that. But we're excited to tell him we're going to be the only people there who really don't care about Friday the 13th. We're there to talk.
I didn't even realize he was in Friday the 13th. I'm there for the Different Strokes franchise there.
Reggie the Reckless, come on.
Is it the worst one, Sean? Is it one of the worst ones?
No.
One of the best ones? Tell me about
it. I rank part 5.
Oh, he's in
somewhere
5.
in the middle. I mean, the worst one, hands down, is Jason Takes Manhattan. That's fucking terrible. Then you probably go with Jason Goes to Hell as second worst. But actually, part 5 is pretty good. If you can get tunnel vision with part 5, they're like, it's not Jason, and they get all bent out of shape, and it's like, dude, it's a guy in a hockey mask killing people. It's the same thing as the other movies. And guess what? I hate to break it to you, those guys in the other movies aren't really Jason either. So just enjoy it, because it has one of the highest kill counts. Definitely has the best rack in Friday the 13th history with Debbie Sue Voorhees. And it's a pretty mean-spirited movie. Like the guy who directed it, Danny Steinman, was a porn director, and he was pretty gritty. He did Savage Streets too, didn't he? I believe.
I like Savage Streets, and the Blair. I got to revisit it before
maybe I
that.
need to
And
watch it again.
I think you would. Your opinion will change. It's got the Halloween 3 thing going for it, where later you go, you know what, this is pretty good.
All right.
I'm gonna tell it. Jason takes 5. Jason Takes Manhattan story in 1 second here, but I want to thank Sinister for the first super chat of the night. Ethel makes part 5. I laugh every time. So
Carol Lockatol, she a longtime client. She unfortunately passed away about 6 months ago from cancer. I mean, it's pretty sad. She was a really, really great person.
Yeah, it's sad to hear. So I was living in New York City, and a friend of mine got a gig as a grip on a movie, and he goes, "I'm working on this movie," and they had a working title. I forgot what it was. He said it's really Friday the 13th, and he says they don't want people in Manhattan to know that they're filming a Friday the 13th movie because they'll have all these people running around trying to see Jason. So they put Jason in a building in Times Square, and he stayed there all day while they set up the shots, and then at night they brought him out like 3 a.m. He's only in the Manhattan actually in the movie for a few scenes, probably a few hours.
Did your buddy work one night?
He worked one night, the only night in Manhattan.
Yeah.
And everything else is Canada. And if you watch the movie, it's very obvious that it's not Manhattan, except for it's this one. And I took pictures of it, but it's this one big exterior shot of Times Square. And then there is the scene where Jason comes out of the subway. And my friend said to me, "Hey, the subway sign was fake. They built a fake station out of wood, and there was no stairs, so he had to kneel down and then come up like he was coming out of the train station." And he said, "Hey, would you like to have a piece of this subway sign?" And I said, "Why not?" So in my mother's apartment in New York, hopefully it's still there, is one of the sides of the subway sign. It's a subway and has an arrow. And my friend, he has the back of the sign, which actually says the trains. And I don't think the trains actually made sense. It wasn't factually based. But he has the other piece. And I think maybe my cousin had the third piece, but we have the whole train station. I thought it'd be fun to have Kane Hodder sign that at some point at the Mad Monster convention where you can meet Sean and I. We're headlining. You can also, there's a photo op of him in the Jason Takes Manhattan outfit is what I've read. So anyway, we waited all day and all night to see this, and it was a little anticlimactic, as are most things in the behind the scenes of the movie business. The scripts that they were giving out, the sides, they called Jason Ethan because they didn't want people to pick up the side and see the names Jason and put together that it was a Friday the 13th movie. Boy,
Ethan
the idea.
Voorhees.
Yeah, Ethan Voorhees. The idea had a lot of potential. The idea of Jason coming to Manhattan was kind of cool. And then you watch
spent the whole movie on the frickin' boat.
On the boat. The damn boat happens, and it just didn't work. Jason X can also be a bit rough.
I'm a defender of Jason X. I think it's a lot of fun. It's just dumb fun.
I've never seen it. I've never watched Jason X.
Yeah, you got to try
it. Some of the best kills in it.
I need to watch it. It sounds cool to me. I haven't seen it.
I saw it in the theater, and I laughed, and I did enjoy the experience. I then try to watch it again and relive the experience, and it wasn't the same for me. It was like I already know what's going to happen.
I've seen pieces of it, but I've never seen the whole movie. That's the only one I haven't seen all the way through.
Some fun kills, and another interesting idea. I mean, what do you do with these characters? What do you guys think of this Crystal Lake show that's going to be on Netflix?
I haven't even heard about it.
I don't know what's happening with it anymore since Brad Fuller got pulled off of it, or Brian Fuller.
There's supposed to be, I don't know if they've shot it yet. I don't know when it is because they've disputed it forever.
I don't think, Charlize Theron was going to play Pamela Voorhees, and the whole thing got scrapped, but they're starting it over again is what I heard. So,
well,
I wish someone in Hollywood would hear me about making a mask show, like a weekly Rocky Dennis adventure show.
Well,
he's like Tom Sawyer. He's got red hair.
Well, would he be like a killer? Like getting mad at the kids?
No. He's like a winner. He's like Peppy Longstocking.
Well, I mean, if any of the Hollywood bigwigs are watching, and you were thinking about a mask series.
That's what I would. That's what I want to see, like a series like that. It could be great. Because
Wednesdays.
in that movie, if you remember, he had the map and he had all the pins in it where he was going to go. Maybe we find out where he goes in these little pins.
That's now you're pitching.
Rocky Dennis goes to various cities and towns and gets picked on and bullied in each one.
Yeah, and then he comes back. It's sort of like a Toxic Avenger Melvin sort of thing.
Now I think you're on to something.
Yeah, then he comes back in some kind of mask armor, like RoboCop mask.
Lloyd Kaufman presents Mask.
Yeah,
he's got a giant helmet for that head, though.
So I have a Lloyd Kaufman mask right there.
Yeah,
but yeah, I'll have to see if we can't get that done. I'm not sure Cher is going to be available, but
She'll
I'm sure
do it.
we can find someone
She
else.
should be. I mean, we get Sam Elliott in it too.
Yeah, you never know where the conversation is going to go when we get together. Last week's show got the highest reaction. People really said they had a great time. They enjoy talking about collectibles, pop culture, things that we like to talk about, and they feel like it's hanging out with a couple of guys at the bar. I was saying to Sean yesterday, Wednesday, I didn't tell you yet, but I said I think a fun theme for us would be if we did sort of one of those I Love the 80s, like VH1 did, where you pick a year and we discuss that year in pop culture. And I
love those shows. I watch those all the time.
I loved it. And so, let's say next week or whatever week we say 1980. We'll talk about the movies that came out and how we remember them. We'll talk about toys that came out, and we probably still have some of them. We probably paid more money to get them now. But so I think that's a future programming note because I think people are enjoying this and starting to realize that there's more to this channel than just FMKs. I got a very stern email about FMKs, a comment, and I meant to save it, but I'm going to paraphrase. They said it's not funny because it's PG, and that the way that we have to say it just doesn't work. Everyone is an executive producer. It makes me insane.
People know how to run your show.
Yes, and they said that
they want to give you like an extra $1,000 per episode out of their own pocket. You'd be glad to throw the curse words in there a little more.
Yes, right, and make them executive producer. And what I don't think that they realize, because I don't think this is a great comedy mind like Henny Youngman or Slappy White. It's Juneteenth. I think that they don't understand that we're being funny by trying to say these words in a clean fashion. Sort of makes it more. Trying to get around the YouTube rules might be more entertaining than if we just came right out and said it and then lost the monetization. But that was one very stern message I got today.
Can I do a get off my lawn real quick?
Yeah, of course.
I would have saved this for one of my episodes.
Before you say it, Sean has his own show, my thing with two heads, him and Academy Award winner Chris Nelson, and he does the thing on the show where he does Get Off My Lawn. But I would love to hear what you got for us today.
I was gonna save it for my show, but I was looking through my Facebook feed and I came across the Saturday Mornings with Sid and Marty Krofft shows Facebook page, and there was a picture of this here if you can see it. It's Johnny Whitaker's album Friends, right? And then as I started to scroll through the comments at the very top, there's a meta AI thing. What people are saying. Let me read this to you. Many users remember the album and the artist, with some even having owned a copy. Some users also comment on the artist's sexualization at a young age, with one user stating a boy at that age should not have been asked to pose like that. I'm like, what? It never in a billion years did I ever think of this open-shirted shot being sexualized. I mean, I'm like,
now tell that to Mr. Carlson.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. He better not have gone to the bike shop. I bet
Dudley looked at that picture in that little stack of photos he was given.
I will ask him this weekend at Dark Delicacies. But I have a similar story. I worked at a store on 14th Street in New York City called Jerry Ollinger's Movie Materials. My father was in the memorabilia business, posters and comic books and those type of things. Movie posters. We would have been rich, by the way, had we saved all those original Clockwork Orange and James Bond movie posters. But Anyway, I was working in this store in high school, and somebody called on the phone and asked for photos of Bobby Driscoll. I had no idea who that was. And then I started getting more calls, and a lot of the people sounded like Liberace, when they were calling. And I finally said to somebody, "Who is Bobby Driscoll?" And they said, "Oh, well, he's the child actor in Song of the South." And I go, "Okay." And they go, "A lot of men sexualize young Bobby Driscoll, and it's a fetish that people collect pictures of him, especially shirtless." It is a very young person, and this is a serious topic. If YouTube's thinking about demonetizing, we're discussing this in a very appropriate manner. So I went into this rabbit hole of who is Bobby Driscoll, and I did find out that he was in a building in Manhattan. He was homeless, essentially. He disowned, he had a drug problem. He kind of disowned his Disney career. And these kids were playing in this abandoned building, and they found his corpse. And no one realized that he was a famous actor, and he was buried on an island in New York called Ward's Island, which is a pauper's graves. The whole island is where fetuses go, or dead children, or arms if you get an amputation, and then homeless people who they can't find. Well, eventually his family found out that he was buried on this island, but they didn't really want to go to.
Heard about this island. Why are we talking about this island? This is better than Fantasy Island.
Once in a blue moon, like once every few years, they allow people to visit because they are people who found their loved ones or descendants that are buried there. But the people are buried like 10 deep. I mean, this is not like a nice.
Explain this to me. I've never heard of this. There's an island where they buried. There's an island where they just buried people that don't have.
Yeah, if you don't have any money,
like a trash island, like a bodies, so to speak.
If you don't have any money or any descendants, or they don't know what to do with you, there's John Does all the time that they don't know where to put them.
Really?
Cremation probably would have been a better option, but I don't know. But they.
This is a movie. This should be a documentary. This is cool.
Well, the pauper's grave, and like I said, if someone gets their leg amputated, they send the leg. They bury it on the island as well. I did go visit the building where his body was found in New York. It was a rehab center when I got there, maybe like a halfway house. Kind of strange that that's what happened. But anyway, it makes for a fascinating video. If Scott on Tape is watching, maybe he's on his way right now.
I was going to say somebody should do a video on that. I think that could be a big one.
That's
and little do those kids know that found him. They found a really good collectible. He could have sold to one of those Liberace guys, man. They would have been stoked to have the Bobby Driscoll's actual corpse. And why didn't they ever have a shirtless animatronic figure in Splash Mountain? That was a missed opportunity.
Well, yeah. And I'm looking at pictures of Bobby Driscoll right now, and
I remember what he looks like.
And I didn't really remember what he looked like, and I'll bring these up. This doesn't look. I mean, listen, I'm not into this sort of thing, but I don't know what was wrong. What's wrong with people? Okay, here is the late Bobby Driscoll, and
oh yeah,
and they did get him another grave, which you can see right here. That is not his actual grave. They dedicated, but here he is. He was in some other Disney movies as well. Here's a guy who has a YouTube video called "No Happy Ending" for the Disney star. I don't know if he meant to say that, but he's in one of these.
Played Peter Pan too, yeah.
Peter Pan. Okay, that's what I was wondering. So, but anyway, I think.
Oh, and Treasure Island? Was he in Treasure Island?
That's what it is, Treasure Island. I was trying to figure out what this image was. Treasure Island. There it is. Yep.
So was he not in Song of the South?
He was. He was very young when he was in Song of the South. But here's the island, Hart Island. That's what it's called, Hart Island, and that is where where his
what are the odds that the star
very good island
ends up at this other island?
Ended up on an island. Some of these pictures from Song of the South. Here, celebrating Juneteenth. Here is Uncle Remus himself. Uncle Remus hanging out with the kids. Anyway, have you guys seen Song of the South?
Hell yeah.
I just had a flashback. I saw this at an early age in the theater. I think around the same time I saw Flash Gordon. Might have been the first movie I've seen.
Well,
He had a
I have
little
a
bird
similar
on his.
story.
Had a little bird, a little pre-Roger Rabbit bird on his shoulder.
Bluebird.
Zippity Bluebird,
Mr.
Zippity Doodah.
Bluebird on his shoulder, I believe was his
I saw it
correct
in the
name.
theater also. That was the last people forget that before DVD and VHS, they would just put the movies out again. Every few years, you just put it out. And so I saw one of those later versions. Nowhere did I watch the movie, and we'll get to Sean Brown's question in a minute, but nowhere did I think this was racist or we were kids. It was kind of fun. It was ahead of Roger Rabbit as far as live action and animation. I did get a German copy of it on DVD that I watched. And sure, now as an adult looking back, there's some things that are strange tones. This is the only Disney movie that you cannot watch. This is a lost movie, essentially. I mean, it's not really lost, but Disney's never going to put it on Disney Plus. The investors want them to put it out. And a lot of people say, as far as a lot of Black history and things, maybe you put a little intro on the movie, like Gone with the Wind has, and say this was made at a different time. The fight for Song of the South is that the people who are working on the plantation are singing and they seem very happy. They told Walt Disney, you need to put a year in the movie and let people know that this was after slavery was abolished, that these people are working. They're not forced to be there. If they were forced to be there, they wouldn't be singing and so happy. And so that was one of the main fights of the movie.
So people thought it was a current movie.
Put the year in. And it's most people believed that, these people were happy and, during slavery. So that was misunderstood. There was a few references to they used the term tar baby, where one of the characters hides in tar. And there's some stuff that you sort of would wonder about now. But I think hiding the movie doesn't help things. The actor, I can't think of his name.
Just James makes people want to see it more.
That's what I think. And and Disney might as well get paid for it. James Baskett, the actor who played Uncle Remus, was nominated for an Academy Award, but unable to attend. He was the first Black man to be nominated. First Black woman was Hattie McDaniel, Gone with the Wind. But he couldn't go because they wouldn't let a Black man, So for him to be nominated and for us to ignore this movie seems sort of like a shame.
And you know what? It's easily accessible. I mean, you could buy copies on eBay. Every convention I go to, there's DVD and Blu-ray copies for sale, bootlegs. I mean, Disney might as well make some money on it.
That's what the shareholders are saying. We might as well make the money on it. People are going to watch it anyway. You can have somebody explain before the movie what the arguments are, and people can decide for themselves. We've lost Zippity Doodah, one of the great songs. Splash Mountain is no longer in existence. It is in Tokyo. Tokyo doesn't really care, but they're okay with, if you want to sing during slavery, that's fine. Not their problem. They're worried about Godzilla. They don't have time to worry about
the people want miserable
is
slaves.
Is considered racist? Really?
No,
it's not.
No, the songs aren't racist at all. It's just that they're slaves and they're happy slaves. People want to see depressed slaves, apparently.
Right. They want Roots.
Like Roots, that's fine. Watch Roots all day.
I went to a school that was 85% minorities at the time, and they showed Roots one day. And I watched this, and I've heard other people say the same story as me, and I thought, I am going to get my ass kicked. This is terrible. And then the bad guys in Roots are some of our favorite TV people. Mr. Brady, Robert Reed, is a slave owner. Ed Asner, it's about breaking Wednesday's heart.
Man, I'm from North Carolina. I was sheltered. I didn't see much of this stuff. It was just all normal. Hearing all those terms was just normal talk.
Yeah,
I think there were 2 Black people in my school up till like I was 15. So
you had your own Song of the South. Yeah. You had your own. It's strange that we went into this conversation, but I've always had an interest with that movie, and
on Juneteenth,
on Juneteenth as well. Tiana's Bayou Adventure is now Splash Mountain. And so now if you go on Splash Mountain, the odd thing is that that takes place in New Orleans, and I don't think they have waterfalls.
And get this, did you know that the main character in that, what's the doctor whatever starts with an
Yeah,
F?
you represent him,
Yeah,
Dr.
Keith David.
Yeah.
They
Dr.
left that
Feelgood.
character. They left that character out of the ride.
Wow. Yeah.
Now
the
I'm
coolest
guessing
character.
because are they going to say voodoo, like a voodoo doctor is racist now? Are they? Did they leave him out because they're afraid of that? I don't know.
I think it's pronounced Facilier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Facilius or something.
It's the coolest looking character. It's right out of Live and Let Die, James Bond. But it's crazy with how we've sort of people are trying to clean things up that didn't really necessarily need to be. This was in the wake of the George Floyd case. I don't think that George Floyd's family was like, and now we're going to go get Splash Mountain. I don't think that was the intent. I could be wrong, but anyway, it's interesting when you talk about pop culture and Disney culture. If you ever see the movie Fletch Lives, it's very underrated. There's an incredible scene where Chevy Chase is at a plantation and he has a dream scenes where he sings Zippity Doo-Dah with cartoon animals.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now nobody will get the reference.
No, the future generations are ruined. Okay, look, Sean Brown was incredibly generous. So let me try to read it.
As most Seans are.
He's throwing the big bucks.
He sure is. Hello, everyone. Have any of you taken the tour? Oh, this is a good question. Of the Boy Scout camp, Camp Nobi Bosco in Hardwick Turnpike, New Jersey, the filming location where Camp Crystal Lake was filmed. The camp is having a tour and showing the original movie. So I wanted to do this, and I was trying to get Wednesday to do it. He's going to be on tour at that particular time. And I reached out, and I think we have some kind of invitation to do this. Sean went and did it the proper way. He did it illegally. Sean
twice.
He did not have permission to be at the camp. He just went and did what he could. I would love to do it. Sean, this seems like something you would like to do as well.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not. I don't think it would be as fun since I, had done it a couple times, and the adrenaline's all pumping, and you're afraid you're going to get caught, and you're sneaking around by yourself or with one friend. With a big group of nerds, I don't know if I would enjoy it as much. I know I probably would.
You would be the king of the nerds. You would be like C-3PO in Return of the Jedi. They would worship you because you are the host of Horror's Hallowed Grounds. They would just all sit you in front of the campfire and worship to you.
There you go. That's why I'm not going, because I'm insulted that they haven't actually invited me.
Well, and that's what I think too. I do have this connection, Sean. I'll talk to them. Maybe we could do. I think there's something funny about sleeping in a cabin that was filmed in the movie with a bunch of random lunatics, and then watching the movie on a big screen over the lake. There is something sort of fun about that. Texas Chainsaw, we're going to do the same.
You know what I want to do? I found out how much it is to rent the entire camp from Part 6 and Little Darlings, the one I did. And it's very reasonable. And I say we rent it out for a weekend and go just like a group of our friends and just go have a blast.
And where is this at?
It's in Georgia.
Okay. I know some rednecks that could hang out around there.
Well, we could look for the girls' camp, across the lake, and that sounds like a really fun idea. And I think I like things that are sort of endurance challenges, or could we actually spend the night at this camp?
I talked to a friend that's done it a couple times, and him and a group of friends have gone. They had such a blast. They're doing it again. They invited me actually, but it was at a time I couldn't do it. But certain things. I mean, I was there by myself for like 6 hours, and I can't imagine what it must to be there at night, because it's got to get pitch dark there, man. It's got to get pretty spooky out there.
That sounds great. That, by the way, that is one of my favorite of Sean's videos, Little Darlings, a really cool one. I think the deeper the movie, sometimes the better the content. Okay, I want to get this is Jesse. I can't read his last name. Caffin? Mr. 13. Has Linda Blair ever heard "Love at First Fright" or do you know?
I don't know. She signed a couple autographs to me that said it was Love at First Fright, but I doubt she's ever heard it. I don't know.
Well, next time you see her, you need to tell her. We
Yeah.
should give away some concert tickets.
Yes, let's
yes.
do it.
Yeah. And so first, what I wanted to say about this whole concert ticket business is that if you haven't entered and you live in the Los Angeles area, I'm going to give you some
The Orange
opportunities.
County area.
Yeah. Well, if you live in Los Angeles, you can drive to Orange County. The tickets that we're giving away are for the OC Hair Metal Meltdown. And the lineup is going to be Vixen, Quiet Riot, Slaughter, and Great White. Myself, Wednesday 13, and Sean Clark will all be there. And you can come and meet us and ask your questions in person. Nothing we would like to answer more.
That's a good question. How many people watching this right now actually plan on going to this, if they win tickets or not? Is anybody in the chat going to this concert? I'm curious.
Great question. And I want to also add to what he just said. Don't enter the contest because you just think it's fun and you want to win. Wait, because I'm sure at some point Wednesday will have some tickets that we can give away to see him. And then, so if you're a fan of Wednesdays, wait until we have something when he's in your area. That might be a fun thing to do. Right now, I'm sharing the link to Sean's video from the convention, the Hollywood show. And all you got to do to win tickets from this particular video, I'm giving people a lot of chances, is you can put hashtag #MalfuncSean. It's on the screen. He's got it spelled right on there for you. So that's the first thing. You can take a look at this. I'm going to share this link right now. This is one way that you can guarantee, well, you're not going to guarantee, but you're going to be entered to win. There's the link. This is for Sean's video. Wednesday and I are both in it, and it's a really, it's fun. It's a fun video, and you get to see us boarding the raft on our journey for Land of the Lost, and just all the other crazy things. Our meeting Sparky Marcus, all the things you've heard us talk about for the last 3 weeks on the show. Sean has in his video. I do regret, right before you came on, Sean, Wednesday and I were saying, I regret not filming when they called you to tell you that they knocked over your picture frame, because your reactions were so great. Although you took it like a champ, and we didn't really know what happened until we got back. But that definitely would have added some drama to the show. So if you want to win a ticket, okay, the question, when is the concert? Good question. It is this Friday, June 21st, I want to say. Is that right? Yeah, I think so. And, but so if you want to go, I got some tickets and that I'm going to give away. Elisa says she's going to go, but she has a friend who's entered in the contest. Okay, don't put the hashtag malfunction on here. You got to open another window and go to his video, the video that has Wednesday and I in it. That's where you put the hashtag. Because I was told we shouldn't play FMK anymore, Jessica Alba, Gal Gadot, and Margot Robbie.
Ooh, that's a toughie.
Yeah, these are all quality. This is quality trim, as the kids say.
Oh, man. I haven't heard that term since I watched 48 Hours last week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, Wednesday, all your young fans are going to be so angry that
I just like to hear that. I don't hear that word that often. For those younger, want to know what the word trim is, I'll use it in a sentence. Yo, Kate's, I've been locked up and I haven't had any trim in a couple of years.
Yeah.
Well
That's
done.
in a sentence.
Mm-hmm. Well done.
Or how about Ajax and the Warriors?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind chasing some strange wool.
Who knew that we had so many references?
Sure.
All right, this is a tough one. Margot Robbie is Harley Quinn. She's also Barbie. Yeah, and Gal Gadot is Wonder
Woman. Who is
Woman.
she? I don't know who she is.
Wonder Woman. Yeah.
The new Wonder Woman? There's only one Wonder Woman.
Right. Well, she's not Linda Carter. She's very attractive, though. And she seems kind of cool. I mean, and then Jessica Alba, who is very, very attractive. She is into like all natural things, though, in the house. Like, everything's green with her except me. But so this is a tough one. Who's going to go first?
Not me.
I don't want to go.
All right. I was really hoping to follow one of you.
I don't like any of these people. They're too young for me.
What?
They're just too young. I like all these old people. I'm just saying. I don't mean they're too young.
I was gonna say Jessica
I'm
Alba's
saying I don't
gotta
know
be
who
40.
they are unless they were on different strokes or what's happening. I don't know who they are.
You're looking for people who are in their 70s now.
Yeah.
Have you seen Idle Hands? Have you seen Idle Hands?
That's Alba, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
She was the hot girl in Idle Hands.
I don't remember that movie though. I remember I saw it when it first came out.
This is the hard. This is very, very difficult because I'm trying to start with who do you get rid of?
I think I'm getting rid of Margot Robbie.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not really in that.
And relations with Alba and sticking with Gal. I met her. That I got an advantage though because I met Gal, so and she was super cool and she's tall, man. She's like 6 foot.
That's her name, Gal. That's like a term you call a lady.
Well,
Gal.
Broad was already taken.
Yeah, Broad Dot's her sister.
Her mother was between Chick, Broad, and Gal won. Dame was taken by Judi Dench, so she didn't want to copy.
all these dames.
Mm-hmm. This is a tough one. I mean, there's no wrong answer. That's the main thing. There really is no wrong answer. I kind of agree with what Sean said. I think Wednesday is saying he does as well. I apologize if this wasn't politically correct and some people have their panties in a bunch, as they say. Okay. But there was really no wrong answer. I see these other ones. Does anyone even know who Amelia Clark is?
Isn't she the lady that crashed an airplane?
No, that's Earhart. Is she Game of Thrones chick? Is that her?
Maybe. Was she in the Breakfast Club and the Mighty Ducks?
No.
Oh, that's Amelia Estevez. Sorry.
Yeah.
Amelia Clark. No, I think you're right. I think she's in. What did you just say?
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
I
think she's the mother of all dragons.
Yeah, she is. Yeah,
she's
that's
pretty
her.
hot.
I don't like dragon movies. I just don't get it. I think they're silly.
Don't like Dragon's Lair? Come on.
That's different.
The dragon movie. It is the definition of a fucking dragon movie.
Yeah, I just don't like these new dragon movies. These new
HBO
dragon movies where it's like, yo, there's a dragon. Take a look at my schlong.
Amy Adams. I'm looking. See which one. I know she's.
I would say I think she's the one I'm going to get rid of because I don't know her that well.
She's the one from Wedding Crashers. She's one. I'll find you. The
she was hot in that.
Redhead. She's pretty hot, actually.
Yeah, I think I'd have to get rid of her because I know her the least. I think I'd marry Jennifer Lawrence because if I don't want to say anything, but there's a lot of photos of her online. If you wanted to see her sphincter, you can, and it was nice. So I think I'd marry her, and I would F Amelia Clark just because there's so much hype with that dragon, and I'd get rid of everything else.
I'm getting rid of Amelia Clark because I don't need somebody with my same last name, and then the Amy Adams relations because only it has to be the way she was in Wedding Crashers. So I don't know what she's looking like today. And then Jennifer Lawrence, will be the winner. Yeah,
I want to so badly start the game, but for the contest. But then people ask questions. This one is a Halloween edition. Rob Zombie's Halloween. Sean can't really play this game. He's represented these people, I think.
Let's see who it is. I'll make a decision.
Me and Wednesday could try, and you'll have to explain one of these to us because I don't know one. Scout Compton. I believe her name is Scout Taylor Compton.
We did this a couple of shows ago. I remember.
But I don't remember Christina. Who is that?
Yeah,
she's PJ's character. She's Linda.
Okay.
So it's the three girls.
I think Sean, just tell me if I'm right. I think I would marry Scout, F Danielle and get rid of a KK. Is that right?
Well, you can't ask me if that's right because then I'm telling you what I would guess. But
Loaded question.
yeah, I can't. This is one I'm gonna back out of here.
All right. We did meet Danielle Harris's stunt woman at the Hollywood show Wednesday. Did you meet her?
Oh, I did.
Yeah,
She's
dead
little.
ringer.
She's little.
No, she's a little person, and obviously they needed someone to play a child size, but who was an adult who could do the stunts. But that was very cool.
She's tiny, man.
Yeah, and Sean did tell her that if she lives to Halloween 50 convention, she would be there. So that's good. He didn't actually use those
because I didn't let her come to age 45. She went, but she asked to be a guest, and I don't know. I kind of didn't think it was. I didn't read what that said. You took it away.
No, I'm gonna put it back up. I wanted to pay attention to your thought.
Anyway, I don't know. I didn't think anybody would care. But then she surfaced all these photos of her in the clown costume with Danielle. I'm like, oh, okay, that is pretty cool. You know, just say, oh, I doubled somebody in a movie 30 something years ago, whatever. You know.
If well, she's only got to wait 4 more years.
Let's hope she can make it. Fingers crossed.
She makes it. Yeah. All right. Perfect job, Mr. Green, on the pronunciation. And Mr. Clark, it was a pleasure to meet you. Very formal at HHW Cincy. Sorry for sneaking up behind you while you were talking to the Dead Pit radio guys, though.
That's Horror Hound Weekend.
Got it. Horror Hound Weekend. Okay. That seems like a fun show.
I don't remember being snuck up on, but I'm glad I was nice.
Yes, you had a good experience. All right, so let's. I want to give away some of these tickets because people really they want to go to see a free concert, and I want to send them. And we don't want to be.
I'm still thinking about these dragons. Sean, clear this up for me. So, Dragon Slayer was the video game, right? The cartoon.
Dragon's Lair,
game, right?
Dragon's Lair, Lair. But I'm talking about Dragon Slayer,
which is the movie with
Peter McNichol.
Yes. Okay. I like the Dragon's Lair. That was a game in the cartoon.
You can play it Friday when you come over.
I was just going to say Wednesday. I don't know if you know this. We're going to be going over. Well, he knows we're going to come to your house. It's not like I kidnap him and spray him with the bat spray, so he doesn't know where we're going. But no, Sean does have a Dragon's Lair game in his house.
Okay, yeah, I remember this game as a kid. I couldn't afford it. It was more than a quarter. I'm like,
yes,
man,
that game was always. It was. You're right, Wednesday. It was always more. It's like 2 quarters or $1.
Yeah, I couldn't afford it. I could just sit back and watch. You know.
Sean, are we going to need to bring like a roll of quarters?
Yes.
Okay. I got a whole Darth Vader cup of change ready to go.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, and yes, Keith points out Don Bluth. Okay, hold on. This is The Classically Deceased. I can't wait to see Ghost right here, right now, tomorrow. Have you guys met Tobias Forge? If so, do you have any stories?
Yeah.
You've met him, Sean?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I almost go as far to say that I know him, but I don't. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen him. And since then, he's gotten very big. But I got pretty friendly with him early when the band, was not as big. And the first time I met him in person was backstage. I want to say it was at a show in Philadelphia. They played in Philly. I went to see him, and he invited me backstage to meet him. And it was after the show, and he was out of costume, and I didn't know if I was going to see him or if I was going to see Papa. I didn't know, but it was cool to meet him in person. And then I also interviewed him via phone for Horror Hound magazine a few years back. Although it was supposed to be a nameless ghoul, but it was definitely him. It was pretty obvious.
Yeah, his accent is pretty recognizable. There's a lot of those nameless ghoul interviews out there where it is him. I haven't met him. I've seen him. I was dating someone who got me into that band, And I remember going down the rabbit hole. I got to figure out who this guy is and how cool is this and what does he sign on autographs and what is the whole thing. And I think it's lost a little bit of the magic now that he's outed. It's a little different. It was like wrestling, it was the kayfabe, this whole storyline of who he is and what it is. But I still think it's a great band, and we're all looking forward to the movie. Wednesday and Sean were both at the Forum when they taped it. I was on the road, or I would have went as well. As I said to you yesterday, Sean, I'm most excited about the Ghost popcorn bucket and soda options.
Yeah,
to me,
I just don't know where those are going to be available.
And this thing is doing well. They added, it was only going to be 2 showings. They've added 4 now: Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So
and Monday.
I'm happy to see that. Yeah, and Monday now. Okay, yeah. So I'm happy to see some metal music get a push like that.
Which works out because Monday is the only day I think I'm available to go see it. And I think Nay wanted to go see it with me, and she's going to be out of town this weekend, and she gets back Sunday night. So, how do you get them online or something?
That's what I want to know. There's glasses. Let us know, Sean. And while we're at it, here's an Old Timers FMK just for Wednesday. This is Wednesday's age range, and it's not the Golden Girls. Valerie Bertinelli, formerly Van Halen. Erin Murphy, which is the little girl from Bewitched. She wiggles her nose. Tabitha, yeah. And Lisa Welcher, which is Blair Warner. I have a Blair Warner doll around here somewhere.
And host of Collector's Call.
Yes.
Yeah.
There it is. I just happen to have it handy.
Whoa, that's awesome.
He's looking for a full-size one.
I think I'm gonna have to get rid of Tabitha just because she's too young in my mind.
She grew up to be pretty hot, though. I have to point out she was pretty good looking as an adult.
Yeah, in my mind, I'm just picturing a little kid, so I got to get rid of her. I'm gonna have relations with Valerie Bertinelli and marry the other.
Lisa Welchel is a very strict Christian.
It's all right. We'll get along perfectly.
Okay, so with that in mind, then Lisa's getting relations just because it'll make it hotter that she's a strict Christian. And then
so I'm going to marry her.
You could wear your Oz Fox shirt too.
Yeah. And then getting rid of Tabitha as well. And Valerie, she's got all that Van Halen money. So
I think and she cooks. But you look how fat her kid is. You know what I mean? She cooks. Sorry. Politically incorrect.
A lot of people don't know he was named Wolfgang after the Wolfgang Pucks.
Wednesday's audience is very young and woke and impressionable sometimes, and they get mad when I say things. And now
you're in the wrong place then.
Yeah, true. So all right, I want to give away at least the first pair of tickets. So here's some of the places we're going to draw from for the tickets. We're going to give away one from my Instagram post. We're going to give away one from my YouTube. I can't remember what the hell I promised. And then we're going to give last week's YouTube video. And then we're going to give away a pair from Sean's. Wednesday, I didn't bother you with this because I didn't think your audience was really going to get it. You know what I mean? I think your audience was heavier. And I'd rather save it so that we can give away a ticket of anyway, I mean, Karen points out not all of Wednesday's fans are young. Well, Wednesday's had a 24-year career with Murder Dolls on. He's had a long career before that as well. And I joke because we just get a lot of fans.
Luckily, I still have younger fans. That's a good thing. So got them both.
That is true. Okay, let's. So here's how this is going to work. We'll start with Sean's because I have that ready. So here we go. We're going to pull up a thing called. This is going to be a random commenter, YouTube comment picker. So if you haven't gone to Sean's video, you got about a minute before I figure this out, and then we're going to give away the first pair of tickets.
You know what I want to do? I'm going to go to my video, and I wonder, can I comment on it? Maybe I see if it picks me.
Well, you'd have to hashtag yourself. You could do that.
Could
All right,
I?
let's
Let's
see.
see. It'd be funny if it here. I'm gonna do it right now.
All right.
See
Now,
if
no
it
one
picks
else
me.
copy Sean, and don't enter unless you can actually go to the concert. Well, don't take away someone else's
I did it.
chance. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to bring up the random comment picker, and then we'll go back to politically correct conversations. Okay, so this is the commenter, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the video, and it's called Sid and Marty Koff Reunion at the Hollywood Show. And I'm
Never
gonna,
heard of this thing before. Random comment picker.
yeah, there's a fun one too with a wheel. You put names into a wheel, but in this case, we put the link, and this is the link to Sean's video. And then it says keyword filter. And our keyword is going to be right there, hashtag malfunction. We're going to hit continue, and it's going to randomly pick it right now. Okay, so there's 11 comments that qualify.
11 people. Well, 10 technically.
Yes. So you have a 1 in 11 chance, though, of winning. And we can spin again if Sean wins. Okay, here we go.
No, I'm taking those tickets.
That's right. You could scalp them like Fast Times. All right, here we go. Oh, there's the winner. Lee Michaels, 1730.
Brett Michaels' brother.
Oh, his little brother Lee's coming. Sweet.
Little Brett Michaels' brother.
So Lee, there's a few things that you got to do. One, you got to make sure you subscribe to this channel, Sean's channel, all those things. But you're going to have to reach out to, you can reach me on Instagram. You could reach, I don't know if Sean wants to be bothered, but you can, there's an email in this video. Let me know what your legal name is so that you can pick up the tickets. So that's the first one.
But how do they prove? Anybody could email you and say they're Lee Michaels.
Yeah, I thought about that. They'll have to give us some ID or something. We'll figure it out. But I did think that. I did think that's why the Instagram picker is a little easier, because you can't fake a good Instagram post. Now,
I'm going to email you and say I'm Lee Michaels. I'm getting them tickets.
Well, here's the other thing. If his name is Lee Michaels, an hour before the show, there's going to be 50 guys. But I think you got to show ID. Okay, so I'm bringing back up the picker. And okay, so that's that for Sean's video. Now, this time, we're going to go to my Instagram comments. And so I got to get the link for that. And then you copy the link.
Should be a lot more than 10.
I don't think so. On Instagram, I don't have these numbers like you guys, with these 10 billion. You guys are way more popular than me. Okay, hold on. That's the YouTube picker. Now we're going to go to the Instagram picker, and we're going to put in the link. And it might not be very many. Oh, yeah. Then I got to put in the words. This time it's going to be waste some time with Jason Green, which is a big pain in the ass to type. Well, hold on. I don't know what the. Uh-oh, it looks like they're trying to charge me some money. Well, we won't stand for that. Hold on. Add another. All right,
Everyone thinks I'm the new singer of Vixen. I'm here to let you know that I am still the new lead singer of Vixen.
Come see his first performance
Yeah,
Friday
I'm
night.
ready. I am ready. I've been practicing all the words for all the songs.
Right,
you got to be changing the name of the band to Dixon.
Yeah. It'll be Wixen. Featuring Wednesday 13. Wixen.
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 All right, let's see if this works. I think I spelled my own thing right. All right, it says that there's 8 loaded. It looks like they're trying to get me to sign up for something, but maybe we can get around it. So it says it's filtering. No, we don't. Okay, here we go. Pick a winner. Here it comes. So look at all these people.
I'm a winner.
Wow.
Pick me.
And the winner is no more comments to pick from.
What? And the winner is no more comments.
That was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. All right, hold on. Let's try it again.
That's my favorite Aussie song. No more comments.
Yeah. Sean, what's your favorite Aussie song?
Man, that's tough. You know, I probably probably go with Bark of the Moon.
It's a good one.
I know all the words of that song. That's the only Ozzy song I know every word to, because I had to cover it at one point and I learned the words. The end.
Yeah. Well, I don't know why it's stopping me here. If not, I got another method to do this. So hold on.
Well,
We'll get rid of this.
you got to pay that money, bro. Nobody
Yeah, I'm
rides
not.
for free.
Yeah, no, as Rat says that. All right, so we're going to stop that, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go to we're going to go to the wheel. And it's called the Wheel of Names. That's what we used
Spin
to
the
use.
wheel. This is like Price is Right. Now we're talking.
Mhm. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add each person's name to the wheel, and so I'll show you guys this. You guys are going to love this. You had no idea you were coming on to a game show today. Okay, so
I love it. I love it.
This is the Wheel of Names. You're gonna really be excited. There it is. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take out all these names that are on there because I don't know those people. Okay, and then we're gonna enter people's Instagram names from my post to the wheel. And so the first one is Dreaming and Disguise. I hope you guys don't have to be anywhere. We're gonna call that one Dreaming. All right. And now, and then we're going to put them on the wheel. So there she is. I think it's a she. And although nowadays you don't have to identify. The next
Am I the
one.
only one that wants Cheez-Its all of a sudden?
Did I
The
see
next
that
one.
cheese? I saw Cheez-Its is somewhere like the Taco Bell. They got like Cheez-Its or something.
Is it like a Cheez-It taco? Like,
I believe so. It's something like that. I feel like I dreamed this or something. But I don't really
I like the
Cheez-Its.
Dorito shell tacos are good.
Those are pretty
They are-
good. Yeah.
That was the first taco I ever tried. Was a Dorito taco because I like Doritos, and I thought this is the bridge together here.
I'd go good with a tall glass of pineapple juice.
Now you're talking.
All right. Hold on. We're almost there.
You're having to put each person's name in this fucking thing?
Yeah, it's bullshit. But it's not that. Schwartz is my favorite. Let's see.
This doesn't even feel like it's real. What's happening right now? I feel like I'm in I'm being pumped.
And this is
Right,
what
these
you're
are
going to need after you have that Taco Bell taco. You're gonna
Yeah,
need some
Bizarro.
Scott.
Okay, this is from my Instagram. That's what we're looking at. All these people these are the people who wanted to enter. I asked people don't enter if you're not planning on attending.
And don't run out.
And
If
don't
you
worry,
like paper towels, I recommend Scott paper
all right,
towels.
now we're going to shuffle this 3 times so that people can see that it's legit. 1, 2, 3. The names have been shuffled. We're going to spin the wheel, and here we go.
All right, here we go.
Oh, whoa! All right.
Oh snap! There's.
I think that's Ace Frehley's new girlfriend, Ace Bolt.
Mm-hmm. Did you hear that he's single? We have a chance.
Somebody out there, hurry to his door. You could be the new Miss Ace Frehley. Baby wants a blast. Baby wants it fast.
Yeah, you could inherit all his debt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
It helps if you know how to style a hairpiece. Did I freeze?
Yep.
Man, Jesus. All right. Well, you guys will have to.
You moved.
Wait. I moved, but I think I'm still frozen. I think it's because I have all these damn games going. But do you guys have something you could talk about while I'm gone?
Yeah, I'm still thinking about that island of body parts you talked about. It's freaking me out. I just think about.
I'm back.
Oh, you are back.
I X'd out all that bullshit.
Welcome
I still
back.
got to pick. We should visit the island of body parts.
I think it's a flesh island. Flesh for fantasy. We listen to that on the way in. I'm gonna DJ it.
I'm sure every city or state has one of those, obviously.
There's an island. There's
Well,
an
I don't know
island
if it's always an island.
I
You
watched.
want an island.
Now, there's one island I heard about. It's full of like it's an uncontacted tribe that eats people. You don't want to go to that island.
Mm-mm. All right. I'm going to try the YouTube comment picker again. And then after that, if there's people watching who would like to win these tickets, I mean, who am I not to just give somebody some tickets? Maybe we can think of something where if you could stump Sean or stump Wednesday, we'll just give you some damn tickets.
Yeah.
Even if you can't.
I was thinking maybe somebody that comes up with the best FMK.
That's a good one. That's a good one too. What is this?
But I'll throw some trivia at me. I'm ready. Let's do it.
Yeah, Sean takes trivia very serious. He's not.
Yes, Sean. I will answer your. I got your message right before I got here. I'll answer you.
Okay. Yeah, we need to know pretty soon.
I don't think I can because tomorrow is my anniversary. I'll get in trouble if I go play trivia on my anniversary night. So
nothing says I love you like bringing your lady to.
Yeah, like hey, I'm sorry, I got to do this. They needed. They had a guy fall out. I got to fill in. Dukes of Hazzard night.
All right.
Too bad. When do you get in town, Jason?
I'll be there tomorrow.
Oh, but you're going to the movie, huh?
Yeah, and maybe
I was gonna say you could play.
It would have been fun. But yeah, I think I get it. I think the movie starts at 7. Michelle's watching. She probably knows. She's in charge of my schedule. And all right, hold on. I'm still trying to figure out. I forgot the app that we use to generate these stupid comments. All right, hold on. Let's just give some away to the people watching. So again, if you're going to ask, you have to be able to go. So Fonzo, while it's funny, I'm going to skip this one. Christopher Nelson, Rob Botton, and Stan Winston. It's a makeup artist doing, but Sean represents one of them, and it wouldn't be fair. And Wednesday is, Michelle says my schedule is at 7. This corpse one might be funny. Do you see it?
I did. Yeah, I saw it earlier. Yeah.
This is Zadie Ann who's watching. This is your dad. You must be proud. You guys tell me, is this one worth us doing? It's kind of easy. Should we see if there's any other offers?
Yeah, I think somebody can do better than that.
Yeah, those corpses are.
Get imaginative. Come on.
Yeah. That's old school. That's like. That's too old school.
All right. Zadie Ann, you should come up with some trivia or something.
Yeah, it's hard to play trivia because how do you know people aren't just going to Google it and find out?
No, they're trying to stump you guys.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, Ron Jeremy's here. Thank goodness. How are you, Ron? I had an awkward talk with Corey Feldman about Ron Jeremy at the convention. And because I met Corey Feldman originally through Ron Jeremy on the set of a music video called Freak of the Week. Ron Jeremy had a Billboard single, and he had part of it. It was a guy named DJ Polo. Anyway, that's where I met Corey Feldman. And he believes, I don't know if I can say this. Yeah, why not? He believes that Ron is faking it. He says that Ron, in his opinion, is completely fine. He said he's a genius. He said Ron is a genius, and he's an educated man. And he said that this is all an act. I don't know. I don't believe.
That's what happened on The Big Lebowski at the end. And he's like, this guy's faking it. And he picked him up out of that chair.
Well, there was a guy, a famous mobster named Vinny the Chin in New York. And every day he would walk around in a bathrobe and talk to himself. But it was all an act. He was under like a house, so he didn't want to get busted and he didn't want to answer questions. And eventually they tapped his phone and found out that every day he'd walk around in the bathroom. I've seen it, by the way. My father had pointed him out to me, and then he got busted, and now he's gone. But I don't think. I mean, did you hear what Corey Feldman said about Charlie Sheen? I better not.
Yeah, I did. But more importantly, Corey Feldman played a new song on the Howie Mandel show today. And let's just say it's
Good, right?
yeah. Oh, it's if you've heard the song on the show Cops, Bad Boys, it's very similar in its vocal arrangement. It's pretty much Bad Boys, what are you gonna do? But done in a very horrific Corey Feldman way. It's his own style. It's called The Joke. The joke is on you. What are you gonna do when the joke is on you? I'm not making this up. It's quite a.
I would have believed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Limp Bizkit is going to eat him up. It says so. That's you never thought
that tour is hilarious to me because Limp Bizkit pretty much they're undeniable live. Their audience, they get everybody going with that music, and they're just going to have these clowns in front of them, and then they're going to just clean the stage with them every night. It's quite hilarious. And Corey Feldman thinks he's got a great tour ahead of him, and he does. But the joke is on him, so he picked an appropriate song.
This person doesn't want tickets, but they have an interesting one. I don't know. I think this one's easy. What do you guys say? Stephanie Powers, who is the star of Heart to Heart. Tina Louise is Ginger from Gilligan's Island. And Morgan Fairchild is Morgan Fairchild. I don't know how you describe her. She for Wednesday, she was Jennifer Aniston's mom on Friends, I think that's.
Yes. Morgan Fairchild was Chandler's mom.
Oh, I apologize.
Yes.
So are we talking to all three of these in their prime?
We have to. Tina Louise, you break her hip.
That's Ginger from Gilligan. And who's Stephanie Powers? Who is she?
Heart to Heart.
Oh, Mrs. H. She's gorgeous.
Mrs. H. Tina Louise was also in what is the name of the movie where the women are all androids? Oh Jesus.
Earth Girls Are Easy.
It was remade with Nicole Kidman. The Stepford Wives.
Stepford Wives, yeah.
Yeah, she's.
I'm going. Getting rid of Morgan.
You're going to get rid of Morgan Fairchild?
Yep.
Whoa.
Yep. Whoa. Relations with Stephanie and Mary and Tina.
Wow. I've met Tina Louise. She is a nasty, nasty old lady. And
you said in her prime.
No. I just mean as a person. She was a crankpot back then, they all said. So I'm just going to give it to her.
I'm thinking of the character Ginger.
No, I know. Well, I'm gonna F Ginger for sure. But I think I'm gonna marry Morgan Fairchild and get rid of Stephanie Powers.
I agree with you, Jason. I'm gonna go with you on that.
Usually, me and Sean match, and then yours is a little different Wednesday. But in this case, we agree. Okay.
Had a thing for Miss H there. I don't know. Back in the day.
It's what you had a personal connection.
Yeah.
Zadie Ann, you've offered to play Jenna Jameson trivia. I believe you are not even 18. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you a pair of tickets. You've commented, you've had all kinds of fun, and you seem like you would actually like to go. So you're going to get a pair of tickets. I feel like Oprah giving away cars, except that this has very little value. All right.
And her whole audience would get tickets.
Yes. Although we still have plenty to give away. Hold on.
Which I do not understand how it's possible with this lineup. How there are extra tickets.
Hold on.
Dancing in the Moonlight. That's Thin Lizzy. Right?
I don't think it is.
Thin Lizzy has a song called Dancing in the Moonlight.
I don't know.
Isn't there like a song? Isn't there like a Steely Dan or something?
I thought it was like Van Morrison or some shit.
Yeah, you might be right. Jesus, Dancing in the Moonlight. Who originally did Dancing? a band called Bafalongo.
Didn't they do that? I get knocked down and I get up
That's
again.
that's Chumbawamba. My other
Buffalongo,
favorite band.
Chumbawamba.
Dance in the Moonlight's got to be Van
Whatchamacallit.
Morrison. Yeah, Van Morrison covered it apparently, and it was originally a band called King Harvest.
I was right. I was friggin' right. Van Morrison did do it.
Yes.
Well, Dancing in the Moonlight is also a Thin Lizzy song. So
yeah, I thought there was a.
I just looked it up. It's official. Dancing in the Moonlight.
Yeah, I see it. So who the hell knows? But if you want tickets, I would be happy to give them to you for playing along. Just let us know. Just send another $5. No, I'm just kidding. Just let us know. And Zadian, we gave you your tickets. You're all set. With any luck. Well, this is a good one. I like to play this one just for fun. Catwoman. Eartha Kitt, Julie Newmar, and Lee Merriweather. Choose wisely. It's Juneteenth.
These are the cat women.
Mm-hmm. Julie Newmar is the one that we probably identify with as the most famous. But Lee Merriweather. She was
the one at the Hollywood show, right?
She was at the Hollywood show. Okay. Lee Merriweather, though, she was also a Miss America. I'm almost positive she's the Catwoman in the 1966 Batman movie. And I think most people saw that. She played Miss Kitka. And then Eartha Kitt was the African-American Catwoman.
Getting rid of Lee.
Oh, wow. Look at Sean.
Effing Eartha, Mary and Julie.
Very interesting. Wednesday, you want to go next?
Just to have Eartha go.
I would say, you want me to get rid of Eartha?
I was smoking my little vape thing, and the word Eartha I keep staring at it. It's just a weird name for me. Eartha. You're going to bang the earth. So
I'm getting rid of Eartha Kitt. She just wasn't my thing.
I'll bang the earth.
Not because she's black, just because she wasn't my Catwoman.
On Juneteenth, Jason.
Say it again? I know. You played it right. I have enough people who hate me, but...
Well, this is your way of freeing her. You're letting her go.
Yeah. Like Song of the South. I would F Julie Newmar. I would marry Lee Merriweather. I grew up on that silly movie. What's the one you got rid of? She was also on Barnaby Jones Wednesday, if you need another reference.
We're keeping it old school.
Yeah. Any answer to this one, Wednesday?
I think I'm gonna have relations with Eartha, marry the Catwoman from the convention, and get rid of the other one. I believe
he's on page with me.
Yeah,
and and you guys did play Juneteenth appropriately. Angie, let me know if you want these tickets. Bailey Troll. Bailey says they want some tickets. Bailey, give us something interesting, and then we'll pick you. Come up with something, anything. It's not hard. Okay, Angie would like tickets. Angie, fine. I'm going to write it down. I'm assuming that's your name, if that is in fact your real name. But message me to confirm. And I want everyone who's watching to know I'm turning these tickets in tonight. So if you want to go, message me on Instagram, JSIN_green. And we gave away 4 pairs so far. I don't know if you guys know, we our responsibility is to give away section 104. So, so only 300 more tickets to go. No, I'm kidding.
The place is going to be sold out. People don't realize the tickets.
Section 104 is off the floor, so that they're actually thinking they're going to fill the floor there.
It's better. It's a better view. No, I think they told you.
I bet you not only do they curtain the top, but they curtain half the arena. I bet you it's not the full floor.
Do you think there's going to be 75 people in folding chairs? FMK, right here. This is a good one. Quality answer. I already know mine.
Mine's easy.
I think me and you might be on the same page. I think Wednesday might be a little wild on this one. Let me explain who these are if someone has been under a rock. Phoebe Cates, the most beautiful girl in the world to me. Fast Times at Ridgemont High and Gremlins. Those are the main ones. Jennifer Connelly, Labyrinth, and I'd say Career Opportunities is the other one. Those are her main ones. Tanya Roberts is the Beastmaster, right? And Charlie's Angels.
Most Deaf.
Tourist Trap.
Tourist Trap, yeah. And she was on that 70s show. And she also is one of the few people who died, came back to life, and died again, if you remember correctly.
Broke my heart twice.
Yeah. All right.
I'm marrying Tanya Roberts, and hopefully she comes back from the grave.
I knew you would do something different.
My Beastmaster love is there, and I hope one day I walking through the woods and I'll see her bathing in a little creek.
When you guys were young watching movies like me, did you think that as life came on, we would see more bathing beauties in lakes? Because it's never happened yet.
I spent a lot of time in the woods in North Carolina and hanging out in creeks. And every day I would come home from school and I was praying to find Tanya Roberts in my creek. Although I didn't. I found my old man neighbor hanging out in the creek yelling at me.
And she's also bathing in the waterfall in Tourist Trap.
She's a great bather. I'd like to marry her and bathe with her.
I'm a master bather.
I'll maybe even bathe with her corpse. That's how much I like her.
BBK. And by the way, for all of Wednesday's fans who get mad at me, just remember, Wednesday has a foul mouth as well, and a necromantic approach as well. BBK bathes in Paradise, I think it's called. She's in a waterfall or a lake. I think she bangs Willie Ames. God.
Oh,
all right. Go ahead, Wednesday. I'm sorry I cut you off.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have relations with Phoebe Cates, and then I'm gonna get rid of the Labyrinth girl.
Not bad. You want to go, Wednesday, Sean?
I'm with Chuck. I mean, literally, that's all I need is Phoebe. But that'll be marriage material, and then relations with Tanya. And as much as it pains me, bye, Jennifer.
Yeah. Well, for me,
I gotta pee.
We'll close Sean square while he's gone. For me, I think I would get rid of Tanya Roberts, even though, believe me, she changed my life too. But I'm going to marry Phoebe Cates. Jennifer Connelly.
It's hard. It is hard between the two. Phoebe Cates is pretty awesome too. So she's in a lot of people. We always forget Drop Dead Fred.
Oh yeah.
Another excellent movie.
Yeah, Phoebe Cates doesn't age. She's 60 or so, or close to it, and she looks incredible. I mean, so okay. Well, we gave away some tickets. If there's someone watching who really wants these tickets, come up with something interesting. And Kevin asks, I would love tickets to go. I have a question. Why do you think the promoter chose such a big place as the Honda Center? I don't know. But Kevin, since you asked the question, if you Instagram me and prove that you are who you say you are, I'm going to give you a pair of tickets. So there you go. It's that easy. Who says that people don't win?
Somebody just said that Tanya Roberts was in Tank. I totally forgot that. Another great movie.
Wow. With C. Thomas Howell and James Gardner, that one?
Yes. You know what? Talking about movies that need to be remade. Come on. Come on, Hollywood. Hear me out. Tank. Remake Tank. A man's son. Put in jail.
I got to watch Tank again.
I saw to rescue his son in a tank. Come on.
They could use the Life, Sex, and Death song.
Isn't that the poster have James Garner on it with like a cigar and he's doing thumbs up?
Yeah.
I have it signed by C. Thomas Howell.
Wow. That's amazing. What a great movie. And the tug of war over the county line with a tank in the mud is pretty amazing.
Yes. I feel like this is a little bit of an insult to me. They like Sean's shirt, yet I'm wearing the same shirt. But all right.
Maybe they didn't realize because your shirt's half covered up and they think you have a ZF shirt.
I love ZF.
Yeah,
Hold
ZF,
on.
different band.
Hold on. I think we might have a complaint about our wokeness or something. Richard, also known as Dick, says, Jason, Friday you said Swank didn't play a boy in that movie, but a girl acting like a boy. And Wednesday you said, oh, yeah, you're right. She played a trans man. And as a trans man who looks up to you, that was hurtful. Okay, well, let me apologize for Wednesday first by saying he is so high on a new thing that he probably didn't mean it as an insult. We were both confused by the movie, right, Wednesday?
Totally, still confused by it.
I don't even know what movie we're talking about. That's how confused I am.
Yeah.
So I'll try to clean this up best I can.
Was that Next Karate Kid?
No, Karate Kid is a girl, I think, in that movie.
But it's now gonna be called Next Karate Person. But
right,
yeah.
But it is the movie Boys Don't Cry. We were confused. Imagine that. And in the movie, Hilary Swank is a woman who dresses as a boy. It was a real person, Brandon.
It's a true
Tina.
story. And I think
Yeah.
I was getting more to the stories, it's the horrible story. So instantly I just got rid of her out of the FMK pile.
Yes.
So didn't mean to
But
offend anybody.
if you'd like tickets to see the show to make up for it,
Yeah.
if you want to suffer with us.
Wednesday in person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in a band called the Frankenstein Drag Queens. I'm pretty much okay with whatever.
I've seen. Well, I will say, Wednesday, I've seen pictures of you where you were in complete drag.
Well, I mean, yeah, but like in a tasteful way, like had class.
Mm-hmm.
I did rock leopard pretty good, I have to say.
Yeah, no, but the point is, I don't think Wednesday would be against any sort of trans behavior when in fact, hold on.
Plus, he's a big fan of Trans-Siberian Orchestra, so
yes, and they're not, and they can't all be trans.
Yeah,
I'm trying to show a picture of Wednesday, but it's very hard.
That's a new picture though. That's a current picture.
It is?
Yeah, that was from like that was the anniversary 2019. Old pictures.
Yeah, I saw Michelle sent me one.
I stuffed my pants in that picture right there too. I wanted to have a bigger package for that big crowd. It was sold out, so I put 2 little pieces of folded up toilet paper in there.
Michelle sent me a photo though, and you had on some panties and high heels, and it wasn't until I finished masturbating that I realized it was you.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Yeah, I used to make my dad. I'd walk out and because we had the mirror in the middle of the house, so I'd come out of my bedroom with like. Sometimes I'd be like, man, this is too crazy, so I got to sneak out and look in the full body mirror, And my dad would sometimes catch me coming into the kitchen, and he would just go, "Damn, boy." That's what he would say. Damn.
Damn.
He's proud of me.
Brian Kirk is paying $10 Canadian. Oh. He would like to hear Wednesday do his UK accent. When he did it last week, I laughed for an hour.
Okay. Oh, Brian Kirk, thank you for the 10 quid, mate. Oh, it's wonderful. Thank you. Oh, jolly. Oh, right. Crikey.
He's like an English carnival barker.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty good
at it. In my house, my Wednesday accent is always active. And when I start, Michelle just tells me you have to stop because I can't stop. Every show we do, I feel it. And it's not a very good accent, but Kendall Lynn was very upset last week. She wanted to say that, did I see her questions for Wednesday? And I didn't. Last week we were doing a show and I didn't really take any comments or questions. But so I'm finally taking her question, and thank God, it's important. W13, are you okay?
I am totally okay. Why do you ask, Kindlin, the metalhead?
People want to see the drag pictures now, but I don't have them handy. I could. That's the new Vixen singer. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I could handle these Vixen songs like no problem.
We are gonna. I want to tell you guys some cool stuff. We are gonna go backstage before the show and meet the guys in Slaughter because I'm gonna record a video where they are gonna open packs of these metal meltdown cards. I have these cards. They've been sealed since 1991. And Mark and Dana are each going to open a pack and see if they can pull a Slaughter rookie card. And this is a big trend now with athletes to try to find their rookie card. So these packs have been sealed since 91. And we're going to go back and they're going to see if they can find the Slaughter rookie card.
When
and
you
we
say
also
rookie card, what do you mean? Is it?
It's bullshit. No,
I mean, just a Slaughter card, period.
Yeah, I don't know which one would be considered the first one, but I think this was the first pack of cards they were ever in. And I think if Dana pulls any Dana card, we're going to call it his rookie card.
Well, I guess if the cards are numbered, you'd have to look up the entire set to find out which one's the first in the series.
You are right. That's a good point, and we'll do that beforehand so we know which was the first one. Okay. So anyway, we're going to do that. And yes, we are going to all see who the new singer for Vixen is. And I've reached out to Roxy, the drummer, to see if maybe we can record a little something with her before she takes the stage. And after, here's the shame of it all. She's going to get so much attention, he or she, I should say. Don't want to give it away. It could be Wednesday.
And I thought you were saying.
No, not
when you're talking about Roxy, I was like, wait, what? Is there something I don't know about?
But the new singer is going to get a lot of attention, much like Eric Gronwall of Skid Row got, and then it didn't work out, and it was all for nothing. But hopefully they're going to have a good future with this. I feel like a band like Vixen could they get away with a little bit more because they're women and they're fun and they're I don't want to say anymore.
Lizzie Hale should be the new singer.
She should be the new singer, but I think she's doing too well. Cincy Collector said that was a spot-on Peter Noon impression by Wednesday.
Thank you.
All right. So, see, last week people were mad that I didn't. All right, he might do this. Wednesday, could you sing a little bit of a Vixen song for everyone?
I don't think I can.
I don't want to
ruin my voice. I'm saving it for the show on Friday.
I'm living on an edge of broken heart. Isn't that it?
I don't want to. What is it? I don't want. I gotta read my cheat sheet. I don't want to cry. I don't want to go. I don't want to fall. I don't know. I don't know these words.
I gotta say,
I might have to Vince Neil it and go. I don't wanna. I've been. You know it. I'm gonna be that kind of front man.
Look how coy he's being. He's a pretty good actor. We know that you're full of shit. You know the songs.
I've been rehearsing all week with this band. Of course, I know it.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people are excited.
Vixen's hitting the stage Friday. Vixen.
So the
Vixen
show starts
on Wednesday.
The show starts at 7:00. Vixen is going to hit the stage at 7:00 promptly. By 7:01. You can check my social media and you will see who the new singer is. I make sure that we will have the first look. And then by 7:05, we will play an FMK with the members of the band. Right from while they're on stage. Right?
We should FMK right in front of them, like backstage. Just go, okay.
Yeah.
And then the one we get rid of has to take a few steps backwards. All right, you're out.
We're going to be in hair metal heaven this weekend. I gotta start putting it all together. We got all the combination of all the different bands.
But what's so funny is we know them all from other bands, like Jizzy.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm more excited because Jizzy from Love Hate's there.
Mm-hmm.
You got Johnny.
I'm more excited to meet Jizzy from RATT.
Or the other voice of RATT.
The other voice of RATT. The other voice of RATT.
This question, I'm intrigued. Sean, did you meet Jimmy Page at a convention?
Yes.
We got to hear that. Jimmy Page is about as reclusive as they come.
You haven't heard the story?
I have not.
Okay, I'll tell it. So, I was at the London Film and Comic Con in London, England, and one time I was there. The promoter says to me in the green room, he goes, "Oh, did you see Jimmy Page today?" And I'm like, "Whoa, what? Jimmy Page of Led Zeppelin?" And he said, "Yeah, he comes to the show every time. He's a big poster collector. He walks around, he buys posters and stuff." And I'm like, "You're kidding me. I mean, how can Jimmy Page just walk around?" He's like, "Dude, none of these kids know who this old man is. They leave him alone. Nobody bothers him." I was like, "Holy crap." So a year passes. I go back, and in my head, I'm thinking, look for Jimmy Page, right? I was thinking that, and I was sitting behind a table with Vivica Fox, and she was doing signing. I'm sitting behind the table, and I'm looking out of this crowd of people, and I see him. I see Jimmy Page, and I'm like, holy crap. So I get up, make my way to him. He's walking away from me.
Did you tell Vivica Fox, excuse me, I got to go talk to Jimmy Page?
No, she probably had no clue who he is.
Mm-hmm.
So I just go, "I'll be right back." So I go, and so I'm right behind him. I go, "Excuse me, Mr. Page." He just keeps walking. I go, "Excuse me, Mr. Page." He just keeps walking. Finally, I tap him on the shoulder. I go, "Excuse me, Jimmy." He turns around, looks at me, and I go, "You mind if I get a photo with you?" He steps right to my face, like this close, like this. And he goes, "Absolutely not." And then turns around and walks away. And I'm like sitting there going, like, blown away, like, what a prick, right? And I'm crushed. So I walk into the green room. I'm standing in the green room, and I see the promoter, and I go, "Hey, I just met Jimmy Page." He goes, "Complete bastard, isn't he?" He goes, he's like, "Total wanker." And I'm like, "Yeah, you didn't." I told him what happened. He goes, "Yeah, complete prick." I'm like, "Thanks for warning me." So
your English accent's way better than mine.
yeah.
What?
Anyway.
Yeah, he should have warned you that the guy that so you kind of knew what to get into.
Yeah.
What's funny is, well,
I hate to laugh, but that sucks.
You should have told him
Absolutely not, sir.
He made his entire career ripping off Vivica Fox's ancestors. Willie Dixon and the other Juneteenth, the other African American blues artists. You know, Led Zeppelin is the only band that every time they reissue one of their records, another old black blues man is credited with the songwriting credit they borrowed so much. But it's funny though, because we talk about the old conventions here in the States, and you could routinely have gone to the Beverly Garland and saw Johnny Ramone, Rob Zombie, and Glenn Danzig shopping. And I
saw all of them.
I stopped all of them. I took a picture with every one of them. I became very friendly with Johnny Ramone, and they were very cool. Glenn Danzig, there's this fear of him. Oh, he's nasty. He doesn't like to take pictures. At those conventions, then at least, most people didn't know who he was. Now horror has taken over sort of the conventions and that Misfits image. But back then, people who were waiting to meet, Shirley Hemphill, they didn't know who Glenn Danzig was. And he was very polite. It was definitely but Jimmy Page, that's pretty big. And
I've got a great picture of me and Glenn Danzig from, I think, the 1989 Fangoria Weekend of Horrors. I think it's 89, and it's hilarious, man. I mean, he's like prime Danzig, like, you know, the way you remember him from like the first two albums. Let's see if I can find it, but it's a good one, man.
Yeah, Danzig has some of the best stories that I've heard in the business. Like, just I've been collecting Danzig stories for about 20 years. Like, I pick them, I collect them, put them in a little pocket, I keep them.
I had a question for Johnny Kelly about Danzig. I can't say it on the air, but
man, I've heard so many stories about him, and like they're
look how washed out we are. There we go.
Yeah, but that's prime Danzig.
Man,
look at how young I am.
Young
I'm wearing
Sean,
a pinhead sweatshirt.
Danzig's got some platform shoes on there, I think.
Yeah, you look like Mike Patton in that picture. You're
Wednesday.
I got that a lot back then.
really?
Yeah,
Weird.
a lot.
Wednesday, the Squiggles is here.
The
And
Squiggles.
would like to know if you could, can we get Suffer in the set list on your next tour, please? Any chance that people could Suffer?
No, that was a one-off. I completely forgot about that song till you just brought it up. It's a good song. It's an angry song, but I don't think it's ever gonna make the set list.
Would you
One
put
of my favorite
Blackout?
Bad Religion songs.
Yeah.
Would you put Blackout in the Red Room in your set?
Before Suffer? Probably. I actually know the words better to Blackout in the Red Room than that song because I've only recorded that song. I don't think we may have played it at a show or something around that time. But yeah, I don't remember. It's a cool song. But yeah, Blackout in the Red Room is much better, I think.
Julia Lagie is the bass player. I don't know how she gets Lagie out of this. That says leg to me. But she is very beautiful. She is from Brazil. She's
Who's
the bass
that?
player for Vixen, the bass player.
Uh,
There was a rumor that she was going to become the singer and someone else is going to be the bass player. I will tell you that is not true. She is not the singer for Vixen, but she will be there, and so will her husband, Richie Codson.
I saw someone wrote out Vinnie Vincent Invasion, and I thought, what about this T-shirt mashup, Vinnie Vincent Price Invasion?
With the Kiss makeup.
Yeah, that could be crazy. That could just be crazy. Vinnie Vincent Price Invasion. I like it.
Yeah, I think so too.
And someone had an earlier one too. They had what was it? The Rocky Dennis picture show.
Yeah, that's good too. That was good for you.
Good. Someone had that earlier.
I pointed out that someone said I shouldn't play the MFK game. It's not funny. And then people just ask good ones like this. If this person wanted concert tickets, I'd give it to them. The only problem is the person you get rid of on this one is incredibly easy. That's why this is not a great game. But Wednesday might think something different. Marsha Brady is easy. That's Maureen McCormick. Lori Partridge is Susan Day. She was incredibly hot.
Yeah.
And Joni Cunningham is Erin Moran, whose brother was a client of Sean. Let me ask you real quick. I thought about this the other day. Tony Moran kind of got you in the industry of agenting. You didn't really want to do it, and he said, just do it. Yeah. And you went on to not only represent the first Michael Myers, but now the majority, if not all of them. And but he was a pain in the ass as a client, and he bashes you and says you peacock. Yeah. And anyway, would you bang his sister, though?
Absolutely not.
Me neither.
No, she'd be out so fast. That's Lori is the Mary and Marsha is the relations.
Here. I agree. Wednesday, you?
I'm not really into any of these people. I don't like Joni, so I'm going to get rid of her. Marsha Brady, I like to hit her with a football and give it to her one time. And then the Partridge lady, I'd probably just marry her because she's cute.
She was the cute. Susan Day was really hot. I mean, I thought.
Yeah, she was.
She went a little nuts, which happens.
I like nuts. I do. I like them. What can I say? I feed my squirrels every day. I buy nuts regularly. I love them.
You have a whole farm in your backyard, essentially.
I call them the get-along gang in my backyard.
Didn't we learn
possums, raccoons, all kinds of stuff?
Everybody is scared of the bass player for Slaughter. What a pull! I don't know.
What a pull!
I don't even know what that means.
Like the word trim?
Maybe. Anyway, all right. Let me see here. I want to point out that Wednesday 13 is going on tour. He doesn't have time for all this bullshit. That's why we got to get to that Texas Chainsaw Massacre gas station at some point. Because Wednesday is going on the road. You can see him with Hardcore Superstar overseas. And here in the States, you can see him with Cold Chamber and Fear Factory. And Wednesday, you better stay out of these comments.
I didn't hear anything. I'm gonna drink my cherry Coke.
Mm-hmm. And anyway, so that's going to be taking place in the States beginning in August. Basically, Wednesday's on the road the rest of the year. Go to officialwednesday13.com and you can buy.
I'm going in the studio July 8th, so I'm running out of more time. I'm going to be busy from July till December 1st, pretty much. I'm booked, which is good, and my UK tour is like almost. It's like it'll be sold out by the time I get there, I think, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah, well, Andrea, if you're going to be at the show, you can meet Sean as well. I met you at the Scorpions concert. Let's see. You know who was awesome all the time I've met them? Wednesday and Sean. Well, yeah, I can attest to that. They are nice people. Sean Clark has a channel on YouTube called Malfunction. He put a video out that we talked about earlier about the Sid and Marty Krofft reunion at the Hollywood show, and I enjoyed it. And Sean, you're the only person who had an original concept as far as videos go at the Hollywood show. Everyone just kind of shows you a bunch of old people sitting at tables. You showed a bunch of old people who all related to the same topic, and it was interesting and it was fun to watch. Sid Krofft, 94, I think.
My doorbell's ringing. Let me go answer this. It could be
all right.
It could be a land shark.
Be careful.
Right.
Be careful. There's
Candygram.
Yeah, there could be stalkers at his house. He's got to be careful. But
actually, Sid's turning 94 on July 30th.
Wow.
I'm going to be on his podcast on Sunday.
I saw that. I was excited. Where do people see that?
I think he does it live on Instagram. I think.
That's great.
I think.
Well, people can follow you to find out.
I'm sure it's going to be. I doubt it's. I heard it's not very long, and I can't imagine the questions go too deep because of how slow he talks.
Yes. Do you think he's going to play? Do you think he's going to play FMK, Witchy Poo, or
should I see if I can get him to do an FMK?
Big Mama? Yeah, he would understand, but
what?
I give him this. He's on his feet. You know, he can take care of himself. At 94 years old, we should all hope to be that sharp. But he does talk a little slower, and it's been a lot of years for him.
Yep.
Make sure you bring up the thing with Kiss where Witchy Poo was on the Halloween.
I wonder if he has any memories of that, of the Paul Lynde Halloween special.
Yeah.
I wonder if he was there.
He seems like he was at anything that involved those characters. From us talking to him, he really seems like he was hands-on.
Yeah, but I mean, she was the only character on that show from the Krofft world, so.
Dr. Paul Shortino. I only show those briefly. I don't want to get demonetized. Some of these things I don't understand. And Wednesday's back. Hold on. I just saw a cloud of smoke appear, and there he was. Either it was a magic trick or okay, let's see. I just want to.
I got this new vape. It looks like it's got like blood splatter from like forensic files, blood splatter.
Zaydian thinks you look like Colton Seaver. I think Colt Seaver would be the fall guy, but we might be or growing
the Seavers
pains.
were also the Growing Pains family.
Growing Pains,
I did like the Growing Pains. I was a pretty big fan of the Growing Pains. I went to the theater and saw Like Father, Like Son the day it came out with Dudley Moore and Kirk Cameron. I
love Dudley Moore.
Me too.
Angie, thank you for the super chat. You can also email me. Email address is in the comments. Did you just bring up the movie Like Father, Like Son?
I did.
I thought that maybe I was the one with the vape for a second. What's so funny about that is there is a scene in the movie where they go to a rock concert. It was filmed in Los Angeles, the Long Beach Arena or something. But the band that they went to see was Autograph. And I interviewed Steve.
That's right.
Yeah, and in our first interview, we brought it up. They play a song called She Never Looked That Good for Me. And it's funny that we were talking about how there's still royalties, involved in those things. Maybe not massive, but they were in a movie.
I'm trying to remember. I saw Autograph either at the Long Beach Arena or the Forum. I can't remember which one it was. I'd have to check my ticket stubs, but they opened for Motley Crue on Theater of Pain. And so I went to 2 shows on that tour. One was Long Beach, one was the Forum, and one Autographed open and the other one Loudness opened. And I can't remember which one was where. So I might have saw Autograph at Long Beach Arena.
That's what I'm thinking. You might have been there for the movie. Who knows?
I don't think so. I don't think I was there for the movie.
You probably would have remembered. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to go through these things. Here's a question for Wednesday. Super chat. We're going to be able to buy all the popcorn in section 102 that we want.
Let's do it.
Mr. 13, will you ever do drag or Frankenstein drag queens again? And are you still adding additional dates to the tour?
If we ever do my old band again, it'll be like a one-off or a specialty kind of tour. Like, I don't know, it wouldn't work here in the States. If we ever did anything, it would be like a one-off somewhere like LA, because it wouldn't work here. I would love to do it throughout Germany. I would love to do like a punk rock tour throughout Germany. So that's something I would probably do in the future. I could see that happening. But it's the other part of the question, are we adding more dates to this tour? Yes, there's going to be 6 to possibly even 10 more dates added to this tour, aside from Cold Chamber. That'll probably be with Fear Factory, I believe. I don't think there's going to be any headline shows. There may be one, I don't know. We're still figuring it out. So there's still like 2 months for that tour starts. So stand by. As soon as I know, I'll post the info.
Turn up the radio. Autograph has gone to the great beyond. The former members of Autograph are now called Autograph Beyond. It was silly, and it's even sillier now. In 1984, Autograph opened for Van Halen. That is true. In my first interview with Steve Lynch, we talk about it. It's a fascinating story. Kenny Richards, the drummer, made friends with David Lee Roth, and they used to go jogging. And he gave him a 5-song demo of Autograph. The song Turn Up the Radio, and this sounds like I'm making this up, was actually called Turn Up the Tape Machine. And the original demo is Turn Up the Tape Machine. And he's going to put that demo out. It doesn't have the same ring to it, but Van Halen took them on tour, and Steve Lynch alleges that he was told he can't finger tap. They told him that that's Eddie's thing and that he shouldn't do it. And for a few shows, Steve Lynch tried to not do it. And then he met Eddie Van Halen, and Eddie said, "I know who you are." And he said, why am I not allowed to do it? And Eddie told him, "I don't care what you do. Go ahead." And so it was his management or something was trying to protect Eddie's thing. Steve Lynch apparently wrote a book about it in 1978. The history of finger tapping is a whole ridiculous thing with everybody taking credit and claim. Eddie Van Halen is the one that made it a household.
I'm working on a book, too, called The Art of Finger Banging, which will be out next fall.
Mm-hmm.
It's a follow-up to that book, Finger Tapping. That's very, very similar to finger tapping.
Steve
Lynch
don't have
to be talented either. Steve
Lynch does 8-finger tapping. Do you think you could do 8-finger banging?
Oh, I have.
4 in the pink and 4 in the stink?
I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to comment. But I've been there. I've been to that party.
You don't want to take the show into the dumps. Tim Sheridan is a channel member. He just got here and he said, "Hey guys, I'm here. Did I miss anything?" Well, let's just do the whole show again.
Yeah.
Let's do the whole show again. Do the winners get to hang out with you? If you can catch us, sure. We are the nicest people that you could ever meet. At least they are. This is a super chat, and I'm thankful for it. This is from, I can't read that name, though. Wednesday, you could read that?
Oh, this is my friend Jeremy. If you just say that word. Say it.
I can't.
Hoof-hearted. So you're basically saying, when you say it, you're basically saying who farted.
Oh, well, that I meant the username.
Oh, Oh, I didn't even read that. Oh, I don't know what that says.
Right.
Securati Mortis. Securati Mortis. That's how I would say it. If I was like, if that was a radio station, they was like, hey, can you do this? Okay, you're listening to Securati Mortis 105. That's what I would say.
Mhm.
Pretend like you just own it.
Yeah, no, I like that. You commit to it, and that is a good thing. So we have a big weekend ahead, and and I'm looking forward to seeing Sean's collection. I've seen it on YouTube, but have never seen it in person. Wednesday, what are you most looking forward to seeing in Sean's house aside from the fine china?
The Well, you talked about the poltergeist clown. That's pretty cool. All kinds of stuff. I want to see this Fred Gwynn head you have. Is that's an actual the Pet
Oh,
Cemetery head?
that cemetery one, yeah.
Yeah, I always see that in your videos. That's cool. I want to see this Halloween pinball machine. I saw your unboxing of that thing. I want to play it.
It's funny you say that. I was talking to the guy from Spooky Pinball today, Charlie, who runs the company.
Mm-hmm.
There's a ball lost in the machine, so it's not
Uh-oh.
so it won't play because it's like caught somewhere. And I asked him for where do you think it might be, because I've lifted it up, gotten in there, and I can't find it. So if we can't get that ball loose, you can't play it, unfortunately.
Oh, wow.
You'll have to play Twilight Zone or Kiss instead.
Which are both a very exciting. I mean, this sounds cliche to say, but the Lost Boys jackets have now become so famous. This video you made is all at the convention. People just come over to Sean and joke about the COAs and joke about it. If you haven't seen the video, you can watch it on his channel, Malfunction. But so I think I'd like to see that. And I'm interested in some of those Michael Myers masks and things. You've got such a great history of it. And I think that would be exciting. I get motivated when we do the show and I look at your guys' collections and see them sort of in order. I've got so much. I'm moving soon, but I got so much stuff in boxes that I go, boy, I'd like to display. Say again?
Why are you moving?
Well, there's people who masturbate in the street. When Sean took me home, I told Michelle Sean wants to take me home from the Devo concert like a gentleman. And I said, I don't think he can handle this neighborhood. You know, he's a Orange County type. And Wednesday's a Burbank type. Forget it. But
I lived in West Hollywood for a long time. I can take anything. I'm used to people screaming, masturbation, police helicopters, violence. You know,
I grew up in Stanton.
Anything.
I grew up in Stanton, so I've seen the shit. So
yeah, Michelle is currently at Coenga and Yucca. I won't give her exact address, but we're going to upsize to a bigger place so that we can display all kinds of junk. Hold on.
Are you moving in together? Is this a?
Yeah, I don't know if this was the place for the announcement.
Wow.
But yes, I think we will move in together. Yeah. Belinda Carlisle was the lead singer of which 80s band before achieving solo success? Thank you for the question, Bailey. I don't think this is necessarily true. Well, yeah, it's the Go-Go's. More interesting would have been she was the drummer for the Germs before the Go-Go's. I think that's more interesting. But I don't. But yeah, it's the Go-Go's. I think that one's kind of known. I thought it was a trick question.
Yeah.
Okay. Sean, the Kiss picture behind you looks awesome.
It's just the album. It's just the Dynasty album cover signed.
I took Johnny Monaco out for dinner. I told the story, and Eric Singer was sitting at the table next to us. I didn't recognize him because he wasn't dressed as the Catman, but he was there. He's a watch collector. He was talking about watches, and Johnny has no filter, so Johnny was yelling at him, "Hey, you see this Seiko I got?" You know.
Eric Singer's he's a prankster.
Is he?
He's a yes. Funny story. My band went to dinner one night with Alice Cooper's band. We were doing some shows. This is like in 2007. This lineup's totally different lineup than I have now. We were 4-piece. I was playing guitar, but we had in at this time we had a guitarist that was in Murder Dolls, had Eric Griffin, which we've talked about on the show before. He was in the band at the time, and at the time Eric had like this black and blonde kind of spiky hairdo. His hair looked cool. It was just, but he had this blonde look in it. And we're sitting at dinner, and Eric Singer's just kind of eyeballing him the whole time. And then, like 20 minutes into dinner, he just looks at him and he goes, "I get it. I know your hairstyle. I've been staring at you all night. I get it. George Lynch." And when George Lynch had that kind of crappy blonde kind of deal, and Eric's hair didn't look anything, but it was, he was just busting his balls.
Yeah.
And it embarrassed Eric really bad. There's two Erics, and I'm just sitting there, and I was enjoying it because I love ball busting. And Alice Cooper is in the corner over there. I don't even know if he was even really paying attention to what was going on, but he was. So he goes to the bathroom, comes back. 20 minutes later, the whole restaurant comes out singing a happy birthday, and they got a cake, and they're singing happy birthday to you, and they're gathered around Eric Griffin, and they put a cake in front of him, and they go, "Happy birthday, dear George Lynch." Happy. And Eric had them come out and sing happy birthday George Lynch to him and brought him a cake.
Somebody said they know Eric Griffin from Pretty Boy Floyd. I know Eric Griffin as the monitor guy for Night Ranger. So we all know him from something different. I want to address this real quick. Well, first, there was a question for Sean. Can you give an update on the Terror Train Serpent Mask replica being produced?
Oh, wow. It's an interesting question that one person here is going to care about. I was going to do a video on it. Short version is there's this guy from France who's selling all the stuff from César, the mask company that went out of business. And everybody hit him up asking him for the serpent mold, said it didn't exist anymore, but they had the plaster master of the head. So I ended up winning that in an eBay auction. It was like $2,500, and I was going to mold that and make copies. Then suddenly he finds the half mask of the serpent that was used to make the plastic inserts, because all the César masks came with a plastic form insert. So he sells that. Then he messages me and goes, "Guess what? We found the mold." That's like, really? So it was, to be honest, the guy's shady. He did this to 2 other people, I found out. Same thing. Oh, don't have the mold, sells them the master, then hits them up to double dip them on the molds. And of course, here I am gonna sell replicas of it. If I let someone else buy the mold for cheaper too, I'm sure, because it'll go less, because I'm the one that drove up the cost of the price of the original plaster master. Then someone else can say, well, I'm making masks directly from the mold, so in order to shut that down, I ended up buying the mold as well. So this guy, gave me the 1-2. He screwed me over, and then he started hitting me up for some other stuff he found, other rare, and I go, bro, what? I go, oh, you're gonna tell me you found the mold like a week later? And he gets all like, oh, you should be appreciative to me and not talk to me that way. I'm just like, fuck off. Anyway.
Cynthia Plaster Master Caster.
Yeah.
Man, when you kept saying Master Plaster, I just kept hearing the Kiss song, Plaster Caster. And then I kept seeing the guy from Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome.
Yes.
So
double.
Anyway, to answer his question, it's I just gave the mold to the guy who's going to start casting them up, and we'll get some painted up versions pretty soon, see how they look, and then then we'll start offering them.
This goes in all directions. We're talking about Master Blaster, but that the singer for Rose Tattoo is the guy in the Road Warrior Beyond Thunderdome. That's him. Did you know that?
Oh,
I heard that.
Are you fucking serious? That totally makes sense. I've been staring at that little dude because the one guy that was in Faster Pussycat is in Rose Tattoo now, and I became friends with him. And I'm always seeing pictures of that little dude, and I'm like, I know Rose Tattoo, I know the music, but why am I just staring at this little guy? Are you telling me that's the little dude? Wow, that's
His
crazy.
name is
That's like that's almost as disturbing as finding out the last couple hours of Tattoo's life.
oh, that was rough. His
Well,
name is Angry Anderson. You would be angry if you were
Yeah.
small too. And I interviewed him. It was the worst interview ever. It was so bad I didn't put it out, and I just sitting on it. We ran out of time, and we were supposed to do a part 2. And I go, can we get to Mad Max? So he kind of gave me some strange Australian political commentary. I don't know, but maybe one day I will put it out. I want to address this real quick, and I probably shouldn't do this in the last few minutes of the show because everyone has asked me about this. Where the hell is this question? Hold on.
Oh, I saw it.
You know which one it's going to be?
Yeah, but I don't know what was said anyway, so this is all news to me.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'll talk about it super fast, but everyone has been asking me to comment, and I want to find the guy's questions because his name was David, I think. Where the hell is it? Give me a second. I'll find it. Here it is. Kevin. Sorry, Kevin. What do you think of the latest Bobby Blotzer Facebook post? So a lot of you know that I managed Bobby Blotzer for a minute and worked with him, and now I work with Stephen Piercy. But I don't like Bobby Blotzer as a person. He's one of the worst people I've ever known. He has a very tarnished reputation, and I've done this on other people's shows years ago about Bobby Blotzer. But there was some talk about a possible RATT reunion, and maybe Blotzer would come back. Well, and I just said I'm not going to talk about him on the show. I'm going to stay politically correct about Blotzer. If he comes back, I'll be polite. Who cares? Life is short. I don't like this guy, but whatever. So
what's the gist of his post?
Well, so in the middle of the night on his Facebook, there was a very racist comment that was on there.
On
and
Juneteenth?
then no, it was pre-Juneteenth, but it was bad. And 18 hours later, it was removed, but only after websites found it and people shared it. I will say that the racist terms on the post are racist terms I've heard him use. He then said he didn't do it, although he was infamous for getting drunk and posting stupid things in the middle of the night. It's his trademark. He says it's not me. And then he went on to say that he was hacked by me and Stevie Rochelle. we broke
he blamed it on you.
Yes, yeah.
Whoa.
He broke into his Facebook. I told Stephen Piercy it wasn't bad enough that when I got cancer, he said it's karma and I should die. Now he's saying this. And I just told Stephen, if you get RATT back together and Bobby Blotzer is involved, I'm not. I'd rather stay home. I got other things to do. So who knows what's going to happen? I've said as far as RATT reunions go, there's only 2 people in RATT who matter. That's Stephen Piercy and Warren DeMartini. Nobody cares about Bobby Blotzer or Juan Crusade. They're terrible. One of them is an awful person. The other one's just a jerk. And but I wanted to make fun of it, but it's just dealing with Bobby Blotzer is just so stupid. He always bashes me. I've said many times he acts like a tough guy. I said I will fight him for it, and I'll give the money to a women's battered women's shelter. You can ask yourself why I picked that charity, but
that's really nice of you to do that, though. By the way,
thank you. And I don't have an arrest history like he does, but at the same time, what am I going to prove by beating up a 75-year-old man with a bad neck and arms? But if we can save some lives, anyway, he's an asshole, and the whole thing was stupid. If I knew how to hack into, now all my friends, Johnny writes me, when are you going to hack into? Can you help me hack into a bank?
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's that. This is way too an obscure FMK. I don't know. Ali Larder, Ali Landry, and Daisy Fuentes. That's too deep.
Ali Larder wasn't she on Lost? Let me see.
I never watched that. Never watched it.
I mean, this is
And Final
I know who
Destination.
Daisy.
Yeah.
I know who Daisy Fuentes is. She was. She's MTV. She's
I
pretty.
know her.
She's cute.
Well, I
She's
mean,
the only
Let
one
me
I
check
know.
out this Landry person. Oh,
Yeah.
she's cute, whoever she is.
This is Allie Larder right here. I mean, she looks nice, but I'm not really losing sleep over her.
You don't remember her from Final Destination, the first
Oh, she's
yeah. What you were gonna say?
Mm-hmm. Allie Landry is the Doritos chip. You can see it right here. She's in the commercials.
Okay.
She's pretty hot.
I like Doritos, so
Yeah,
I like Doritos too.
that's my favorite.
I like how you're pulling up the pictures. You should do this more often, Jason. The visualization.
Mm-hmm.
That was the best conversation of the whole show. I like Doritos too.
That's the name of this episode. Okay, well, do you guys need to see Daisy Fuentes?
I need a refresher on her.
Yeah,
right,
fresh her up.
Let's refresh. Let's all catch up. All right, let's make sure we can see her. Here is Daisy Fuentes. She's pretty hot.
Yeah, she's changed a little bit, but yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, she's got a rack.
She was in Iraq.
No, Bobby Blotzer won't like her then.
No. All
Well.
right. Well, I'm ready to rule.
All right.
To be fair, I know you probably don't want me to say anything nice, but I hung out with Bobby Blotzer once, met him once at a convention. He did a convention, and after hours hung out with, and he was nothing but the nicest guy.
He was very nice to me too. He's usually fan friendly. The shame is that he drinks and he makes poor decisions. He gets on that phone. He should have a breathalyzer on his Facebook and his phone, but he can be very nice. And it's a shame that he is the way he is. Daisy Fuentes is married to Richard Marx of Vixen.
But she's married to Richard Marx?
That's why I'm going to have to marry her to split them up.
I thought Richard Marx.
And they're like, you know what? I took your wife and I'm singing your song with Vixen.
I thought she was married to Cynthia Rhodes. He was married to Cynthia Rhodes, the girl from, what is she from? Is that Roadhouse? No. Hold on. Now we're really going down the rabbit hole. Richard Marx is 60 years old. He was married. He married Daisy Fuentes in 2015, but he was married to Cynthia Rhodes from 1989 to 2014. Whoa. And Cynthia Rhodes is an actress. We knew that. And she is best known. She played Tina in Flashdance. And she played Penny. That's the one who needed the abortion in Dirty Dancing. And she was also in a Runaway. She played Officer Karen Thompson in Runaway. So that is Richard Marx's ex. Cynthia Rhodes, Richard Marx's ex-wife.
Oh, okay.
He got rid of her for Daisy Fuentes. Okay, what do you guys think? This is a tough one.
I've already forgot who everybody is.
Oh yeah, who are the people?
Fuentes,
sorry,
so I'm just going to marry her.
Allie Larder, who was a blonde, who was in Final Destination.
Yeah. I'll have relations with her.
I'm getting rid of her.
Me too.
Probably relations with Daisy and marrying Dorito girl.
Marry the potato chip girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was also in one of those like GoDaddy commercials. She's a commercial. She got famous during Super Bowl commercials. But Wednesday's doing a little different. Wednesday, you're going to marry Allie Larder. And then do potato chip girl or Daisy Fuentes?
No, I'm going to marry Daisy Fuentes just to get close to Richard Marx.
You're getting rid of Doritos?
I don't want to.
You said you love Doritos.
I like Doritos.
It's the reason you tried your first taco.
I did. And that was only like 6 months ago.
She fish taco.
I was gonna say this taco he's a pass though. He's a hard pass.
Yeah, I don't want to play this one.
Wednesday's gonna take his ball and go home.
Yeah, I don't want to play this one.
My favorite part of this show, I will tell you, because we've developed a chemistry that I enjoy, and a lot of people watching today. But my favorite part is when Wednesday says something, and then Sean reasons with him about his decision, and I laugh so hard. Ali Larder was married to Mario Lopez from Saved by the Bell.
Oh man,
Slater son.
Yeah.
What about that next
Slater?
Well, Sean, you have a prior engagement to go to.
Well, if you've seen, I've been distracted a little bit because I'm messaging this guy going, is this still happening? And where the hell am I supposed to go? And I haven't heard from him. And it was supposed to start in 14 minutes. So I was asked to be on another podcast, but I don't know if this guy emailed me or something and I didn't see it. I don't know.
Yeah. So Wednesday is good for one podcast a night, and then he has to rest. It's
just too much for me.
Believe me, when I said yes, I didn't realize I had already, committed to this one.
If you guys are available next week, I think we're going to have to recap our experiences this weekend. I think that's what next week's show is already written. But if you're up for it, I think at some point we do the 80s. Each week we do a different 80s when we're available. Obviously, we all have strange schedules, but
next week is going to be all the weird fans of your show that we met.
Yes, that's true.
We're going to be like, remember that awkward dude that just wouldn't know when he should walk away?
So you were in the Murder Dolls. What was that like? People with questions like that. Or, hey, Sean, Michael Myers, that kind of.
It's going to be like, hey, man, if you could murder a doll, which one would it be?
Mm-hmm.
I know.
I had someone message me the other day on Instagram and was this, or might even posted about this show. I watched it last week, watched the show, and somebody goes, "Come back to North Carolina, man. We're waiting for you, man. We're waiting. We'd be the best audience for you ever had." And I didn't want to write the guy back.
But it sounds like he wants to take you out to the hanging tree. I don't know.
Yeah, I was just like, I wish North Carolina was the best shows for me. Unfortunately, they're not. I mean, they're okay. They're not the greatest. It's not like a big homecoming thing. I guess I'm just not that popular.
Well, maybe you're ahead of North Carolina. Maybe they're just not ready for it.
Maybe not.
Maybe it's like Back to the Future. Yeah, your grandkids are going to love it. They're just not ready yet. We will be
back to the future. Speaking of Back to the Future, can I talk about Back to the Future?
Yeah, I would like to.
Sorry, I'm going through my emails while I'm waiting. I've never been to the Twin Pines Mall from Back to the Future.
Me neither.
Where's that at?
And I hear it's gonna be tore down soon.
Yeah.
And I'm working on a location video, which I'll be announcing shortly. And I'm just trying to get it finished up, and a couple spots I need to do. One is right by that mall, and I'm going tomorrow. And I figured I'd go over there, check it out for the first time.
I think it's a cool location. They have a replica sign inside the mall of the Twin Pines sign, which is pretty cool. And it looks pretty close. I've wanted to go see it myself before they get rid of it. If you can get your car up to 88 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious shit. But I'd like to see that. And also on the Back to the Future's locations talk, the Universal Studios Glamour Tram thing is happening, the 60th anniversary. We talked about it yesterday, and it's lackluster. I took it, but and I have a video that's coming out of it soon. I hate to be one of these guys who goes to amusement parks and films, but I definitely made it different. And you get my snarky commentary, which everybody just seems to love. I did not play FMK on the Glamour Tram, but I think they realized that it wasn't that exciting, this 60th anniversary of the tram. And they've announced that they just made a new stop. I think I froze. Are you guys frozen?
Let me see. I wasn't looking at you. Yeah, you're froze.
All right. Well, I'm going to tell the story. You don't need to see me.
You can say that again.
The tour gets off at the clock tower. The clock tower. Yeah, you can now get
Really?
off and take a photo. Yeah, you can get off and take a photo starting this weekend. I'm going to go do it. I have a season pass. You can get off and you can take a photo in front of a allegedly screen-used DeLorean in front of the clock tower. So that's a new addition. And if you're going to do a location video, it might be something you want to get.
Oh no, I wasn't talking about doing a video.
Oh,
I
oh,
just wanted to go see it.
see it for yourself, right? Yeah, a lot of those have been done.
Yeah,
All right, you
I'll be
guys
because
talk.
there's too many Back to the Future videos.
I agree. You guys talk for a minute. I'll be right back, and we'll wrap it up. All right, here we go. I'll be right back.
Okie dokie.
All
Yeah,
right.
take it easy.
I can't find an email from this guy, so I don't know. I'm kind of hoping they flake because I don't want to do it.
Yeah,
I'm tired. I'm
happens.
checking my Insta. Oh shit. Oh, hold up. Oh no, that ain't him. Okay. So far nothing. Because I'm hungry now. So as soon as we wrap this up, I want to get me some food.
Yeah, I have to. That's what I do after these. Every time we do this show, I always either order food or I go and cook in my air fryer. I'm the air fryer guy now. That's my favorite thing.
Nay and I did some air fryer hot dogs last night. They get nice and crispy.
And I did Red Lobster cheese biscuits in the air fryer. I did it. I take my air fryer on tour. I put it on the tour bus. So,
Wow.
so you can even take, like, I made tour food, even like if you have to get microwave stuff, which you get a lot of stuff on tour that way, just putting it in the air fryer takes that to a different level. And
Yeah.
everything has air fryer instructions now. So
My mom turned me on to the air fryer with chicken wings. She's like,
I just started last year. This time last year, I bought an air fryer and I've been using it like pretty much religiously. So I saw you had a cup earlier. Was that a Chick-fil-A cup you were drinking out of?
yeah, I didn't
See?
eat there. I had a doctor's appointment right by Chick-fil-A, so I just went and grabbed a drink.
I'm that crazy that I know their cups and I just see, I was like, oh man, I might have to get Chick-fil-A tonight. What's happening?
But I did go, like I showed you, I went to Raising Cane's right after we talked last time.
Yeah, I still need to go there. There's one near us and it's near the Back to the Future Burger King.
That's right.
Huh?
Another
Yes.
Back to the Future location. Yeah, which was where Doc's house was sort of built, the facade of it at least. But I heard you guys mention Red Lobster. I heard you put the stuff in your air fryer. What do we think about it? Red Lobster may be coming to an end.
I was discussing this with a group of people just last weekend too. It's a big talk in little groups of people. And I found it. The conclusion I've come to is no one really gives a fuck about their food. They want the cheese biscuits.
Yeah.
That's all they care about. So if they
Yeah.
can continue to make the biscuits in stores, they'll be okay and they'll make a living off them forever and just close the restaurant down. Because I go there just for the biscuits anyway.
There was a
Flavor-
convention that I used to do pretty regularly that pretty much the only restaurant that was near the hotel was a Red Lobster, and we'd eat there every night. And that's like the only time I'd ever go there. It would once a year when we'd go to this convention. So
the someone mentions Bojangles. Wednesday will never live Bojangles down. But the Flavor Flav said he wanted to save Red Lobster and that he went in and he ordered one of every item on the menu. Somehow he thought that was going to save it. And now they're teaming up with him. He has some kind of promotion.
It don't work that way, Flavor Flav.
No.
Give me one of each.
If that was the case, we would go buy every food that went out of.
Yeah, it just doesn't. That's just silly.
Well, there's
my restaurant's closing down. Now give me one of each. All right.
There's been big. I don't know if you guys saw the online hoopla over the classic Arby's on Sunset Boulevard closing.
I have. Yeah,
I have. What's that? One with the big. They got like the boot, right, or the hat. The hat, right? All right.
Yeah, it suddenly closed. It's done.
That's where I used to get my large seasoned curlies.
Not anymore.
No,
oh man.
But good. What I posted, a lot of people, because people are more bent out of shape because of the classic sign. There is another one in Orange County that has the exact same ginormous sign at the corner of Beach Boulevard and Edinger. It's the one I grew up with. So if somebody needs to get their fix after they tear it down, I guess they're not going to tear it down. What I read is that the sign has to stay, but whatever new business is going to take it over is going to alter it like they did with the old Pioneer Chicken signs. Because if you guys know the Pioneer Chicken logo, you can spot a Pioneer Chicken sign that's been changed all over California.
Yeah, what they're saying is the landlord owns the sign, the property, the sign goes with it, and they're going to change it to whatever they wanted to. They wanted to sell it. The actual Arby's regional chain wanted to buy this sign and do something with it. It does say thanks for 55 years on the sign right now. I'm showing a stock picture. But yeah, I mean, if you grew up in Hollywood or you visited Hollywood, or
that's why I'm wearing a hat right now in honor of Arby's.
Yeah, no, I agree. Here's a question. Are you guys collecting the McFarlane Metal Masters figures? I've been thinking about it.
I saw the new ones. I wish the old ones looked as good as the new ones, but I guess that's what happens with time and toy making. But I think I had, when all the horror toys started coming out, or any toys came back in the first 5 years, I bought everything. Like, so I had all the McFarlane toy, the Rob Zombie, Alice Cooper, I had everything. So
I'm going to get one. I picked something up. I'm going to show it off.
Yeah. All right. We like show and tell here. Yeah.
I don't know. Alice Cooper looks cool. It looks cool. And I think the Rob Zombie looks way cooler than the original one.
I looked at the Ozzy and the Alice Cooper. I like things that, those guys both do convention appearances, and I wouldn't mind getting some of them signed. But I like these Mego figures better, the old school dolls. I showed the Alice Cooper doll. I think those look better signed than the new plastic toys. But all right, let's see here. We have a question for Sean, but he is busy right now. Zadian collects Funko Pops. I'm looking at roughly 400 Funko Pops in my kitchen right now.
You got a lot. That's crazy.
I need to move. I'm going to need a bigger place. Lisa grew up in Pico Rivera, and they had 2 Pioneer chicken restaurants. I don't think I've ever had Pioneer chicken.
No, I just know Pioneer stereo systems.
Yes, I remember.
Not their chicken. Not. I haven't eaten their chicken. Only listen to their sounds.
Yeah, okay. Here it is. Sean's back.
So I said I wasn't ever going to get sucked back into this crap, and I was pretty much done with action figures. And this one came out. McFarlane got me again. The Wooderson.
I saw that online. Yeah.
Wow. Oh yeah. And it's a very limited piece count. That's pretty cool.
I mean, come on.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
All right.
They made a Clark Griswold like that with the limited piece count. They are pretty cool. McFarlane.
One of them going.
Yeah, it's the one of him plugging in the house. Yeah. Let's see.
The box is a little too much though for the size of the figure. It's like
I think so too.
You don't have the room for this shit.
No. Yeah. At some point you'll have too many. Matt Lucas has a question for Sean. Hey Sean, I feel like I should say Matt Lucas writes, hey Sean, when will you and Chris be doing another episode of The Thing with Two Heads? Any new guests? Would be cool to see Skeet come on sometime, or another visit from Robert Rustler.
I like his little picture. His pictures of me and Chris with him, and he's wearing a Horror Solid Ground shirt. That's
nice.
He's the guy with style. I don't know. I know. Yeah, I think we're going to probably do another one fairly soon, but we do need to line up a guest. So.
Yeah. Well.
Shit! Hold on.
All
right. I do got to go to this thing.
All right. Catch.
Hold on.
Sean.
I'll let him know I'm gonna be a little late.
Catch Sean Clark, Malfunction on YouTube, Horror's Hollow Grounds. Catch him this weekend with me and Wednesday at the on the
Hair Metal Meltdown.
The Hair Metal Meltdown.
Meltdown.
Sean's gonna grow his hair.
Have you given out all the tickets already?
I think we still have some.
Okay.
You got it. You got a way to give some away?
No.
Okay.
Just asking.
I
I'm
know
just asking.
we're pretty close, and we'll sell the others in the parking lot. Thank you, Sean, for joining us. We'll be back next week. Have you guys watched the Osbournes podcast? I have not. Have you seen it?
I seen pieces of it, but no.
I've watched
I'm too
every
busy watching
episode.
our bullshit.
Yes, I agree. All right, Sean, we'll see you. We'll be at your house.
Yeah,
see you soon.
we'll talk tomorrow probably.
Yes.
All right.
All right. We'll
Thank
see
you.
you. Have fun. Laters.
All right. Wednesday, it's just you and I. We'll wrap this up.
All
Sean,
right.
it was good to see Sean fit us in to his busy.
I can't believe Jimmy Page was so rude to him.
I've heard he was a jerk, but I didn't.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. You shouldn't go
I imagine he was like the guy on Weird Science. When they come home, it's like, what the hell are you doing in my daughter's home?
Someone wants to know they already have a Hall of Ground tattoo. Who's going to get a Waste Some Time tattoo? That's a good point. There's plenty of Wednesday tattoos out there. I've seen them, but I believe that Jimmy Page would be a jerk. But the thing I don't get is why wouldn't you? You don't go out to those kind of things, a fan event where people take pictures, if you don't want to be seen so bad.
Yeah. I don't know. Whatever.
Right. Let's see. California Dreaming enjoyed your impression. And
thank you.
This is Brad. Brad writes, Wednesday, I own your stage-used hat from the acoustic tour that you did years ago. The hat band is a skull, but in some pictures the hat was a Confederate flag. Oh, politically correct. Was that changed out for a reason?
It was a black and white flag, probably a Confederate flag. I used to have that on my pics. I used to have a lock necklace. And before, again, that flag and how everyone's got their own opinion of it and view. But when I growing up in the South, that was just a representation. That meant Dukes of Hazzard to me. My hillbilly. Yeah. That's just the way I look. It was nothing racist or anything. It was basically just a mark of the South, and I kept that on my stuff. I had it on my guitars and stuff, and I saw it in cowboy movies, and it was just something I used until the world got politically correct, and then you have something like that on your stuff, and then people think you're whatever. So, but yes,
I'm with you. For years I thought Dukes of Hazzard. I didn't know anything else. Have you ever had this Wednesday? This is A&W Zero Sugar Root Beer.
I don't like root beer.
Oh, yeah, I think I knew that.
I don't like root beer because I was always, my mom and dad used to always go to the bank like on Friday, and the lady would always give like a little piece of candy, like a little sucker. And they'd always give me root beer. And I would I think that was the first time I ever contemplated someone like if I could get out of this car seat, you'd be done with, lady. Coitons. Coitons.
Oh, this is Daryana. I apologize. She writes, he finally received my Wednesday merch and couldn't be happier. That's great. Well, awesome. Wednesday has a lot of great merch.
That is good. And we're going to have a new summer drop coming soon. Is being worked on now. So stand by. Stand by for pain.
Yeah, I think, Wednesday, we got a busy weekend coming up.
We do. We do.
We're going to have to, this is Niza, it's Nick, my friend Nick. He was on the video. He is the one who took me on the tour of Long Island, Buttafuoco, Amityville Horror House, all that stuff. He said he'd like to see Lizzie Hale do more Skid Row. I think they're trying to figure out if they could do it next year, but she is pretty busy. But Nick is going to be on, and we're going to talk about, he has a show about true crime, and he's kind of an expert on these true crime subjects. And so we'll talk about that soon. And I'm glad he's here watching.
It's so crazy how true crime is just like the most popular thing on TV, podcast. everything. And it was like when I was in high school, like I was like my teachers were questioning my sanity because I had like paperback books of Helter Skelter and John Wayne Gacy and all these books because I was interested the way people watch these shows. You know, it's just wasn't going to go out and do it.
They're not questioning you anymore.
Not
Now
anymore. I
they're
proved
positive.
them wrong.
It's some of these questions, like Kendall Lynn got mad last week that I wouldn't take her questions. Now, Kendall Lynn, no offense, this isn't a great question. She's asking, Kendall Lynn writes, who's your favorite guitarist or bassist in your band? Oh, how is he going to do that? He has to go see these
Well,
guys.
my favorite bassist is
Yeah,
Troy.
he's very good. I do enjoy Troy's bass playing.
He's my favorite bassist in the band. He's the only bassist too, but he's my
Yes.
favorite.
And the
I
rest is a toss-up.
Yes, the rest of them they could just that's just I like all my guys.
What are your favorite songs currently? I couldn't answer. This couldn't be a harder question. You'd have to
Like
ask Michelle. Yeah,
current
I'd have
songs.
Michelle could answer what I sing because I don't. I always get something stupid in my head, but can't think of anything right now.
I can't either. And if it is anything, it's probably something
Old.
old. Every time I get in the car, I always immediately, if we're on the way home, I go, "Take me home today." Or if it's during the day, I say today. If it's at night, then I use the
Mhm.
original lyrics.
I don't know. I don't think Michelle's still watching. Oh. Well, "Haunt Me" is my favorite Wednesday song. That's my favorite.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's my favorite. But that's not. She says I sing it all the time. I don't know if I sing that one all the time. I do listen to it a lot. When I fly to Burbank, the home of Wednesday 13, I
Mhm.
do listen to my Wednesday playlist from time to time. You know what happens is I get angry with the people on the plane and at the
Uh-huh.
airport, and Wednesday's music helps me.
My music is I get that a lot from people. I help channel people's anger, and songs I have channel that anger. You don't have to actually do anything. You can just listen to a song like Bad Things and be like, ha,
It works, and I do recommend it.
yes.
And yes, I do listen to Olivia Rodrigo, but I don't have one currently in my head. Usually, I have one that I walk around and annoyingly sing. Stephen Pearcy loves to sing New Kids on the Block songs. He likes the right stuff, and he likes Hanging Tough, and he can do the New Kids dance. He does it in one of my tour diaries. And it's just his guilty pleasure that he loves to sing New Kids, and you wouldn't know that. All
I've
right.
had my music in my head lately because I've been writing new music. So all I have is my new songs and me questioning, oh, what did I steal this from somehow mentally? What am I doing? So I've just had my songs stuck in my head. But I have to let you guys know I have a whole new batch of new hateful songs to get you to the airport or life or whatever.
Mhm.
Spot on. All my songs are death, violence, monsters, repeat, rinse, repeat.
Russell writes, "I never hear you guys talk about Beavis and Butthead. Why would we? We are Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, you know what? That's why I guess I wasn't really into the show. Not that I dislike it. It was like, yeah, I do this. This is me. I don't need to watch this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Well, I feel like we've
I like more of the characters on that show than I think I actually like them. Like Todd, the guy that just kicks their ass the whole time, is
mhm.
hilarious. Uh,
Yes.
yeah, he's probably my favorite. And then what's his face before his voice before he became King of the Hill guy. Uh, Whatever the neighbor is.
Yeah.
That
I
guy.
can't think of his
Which
name,
I
but
heard. Speaking of King of the Hill, I heard they're making a whole new version with them older. Like
uh,
Bobby's older, and he's a chef or something. I'm like, this looks interesting. I do like King of the Hill. That was a good show.
there's some fun stuff. Michelle says I sing the song called "Obsessed" by uh, Olivia Rodrigo. The chorus is "I'm so obsessed with your ex," but it's a lot of heavy guitar and it's very catchy and it's better than most metal songs. And people are feeling bad for. I accidentally clicked on the wrong comment, but I cleaned it up now. Yeah, don't feel so bad for her. She gets one day. All of this will be hers.
Mm-hmm.
Look at all the cool things that she's gonna outlive me and sell on eBay. Let's see. All right. Well, I think that you and I have been here for 2 hours and 40 minutes, and I think we did a lot of. Oh, Mitch likes that song too. Mitch is an Olivia Rodrigo fan, apparently.
I don't even know what you're saying. You have to slow it down for me. What?
Yeah, it's like I'm speaking another language. Yeah.
No, it is like when I first heard the Ariana Grande. I'm just able to say that now. When I first heard her name was when that bombing happened at her concert. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, you hear about the bomb going off?" And and I went, "What?" And it took me a couple of weeks to process what they were saying. I didn't even know. I thought, yeah, I didn't even want to know what I thought.
I bought 3 Ariana Grande autographed CDs the other day because I wanted to compare if they're authentic. Because I made the Bon Jovi video, a very controversial video about Bon Jovi faking his autographs. William B said,
he's definitely not faking his voice on
"No,
stage.
I wish he could."
I watched that whole documentary. It was really good, and I can relate to him on that vocal stuff. It was pretty terrifying watching him pace around and do all these techniques because I've been there at a show when your voice is hurting and you're about to play a concert and you don't know if you can do stuff. Like it brought up a bunch of it was weird, but it was a very, very interesting story. I didn't realize all the stuff on them. Like
I've got to watch it. Boa G writes, "I'm trying to take my daughter to the Olivia Rodrigo concert. I don't know much about her though.
Rodrigo is what you're saying." I got it.
I should open a service where I'll take people's kids. It sounds inappropriate to a concert like Olivia Rodrigo because I am an expert. Of course, it might look incorrect, but Daryl says Dua Lipa is also hot. Dua Lipa is very hot. I don't know if you know her. She's got hooks for days on those. You know how I discover these pop stars? I go on the plane and I listen to whatever the top hot 10 is or the hot 20. And I like to hear pop songs. I'm a fan of a good hook. I like to hear something catchy that stays in my head, good pop song. And that's how I kind of found some of these people. I also find it funny and yes, I agree with this. Taco Bell should have a taco called the Ariana Grande. I agree.
Taco Bell also, let's not forget what they're really known for, the Baja Blast. That is pretty much it. I just started having Taco Bell just a year and a half ago for the first time in my life. So it's still kind of new to me.
I can't imagine you ordering anything there. You just learned what a burrito is.
Well, I get chicken and cheese quesadillas. I like those. Nothing else in them, just chicken, cheese. And then I get the Dorito taco with chicken and cheese.
But the first time you tried it, were you scared?
I was drunk.
Yeah. That's a wild time.
No, I wasn't. I'm kidding. No, I was just no. I like quesadillas and stuff. The Doritos sucked me in when I tried it. I just tried it and there we are. But I've also had it a couple times where it wasn't that good, and I'm kind of like, it's no Bojangles to me.
Here's a good question, maybe the best question of the night. John Logan writes, "Are you guys going to watch Beverly Hills Cop 4?"
Yes.
Hell yes. Yeah.
Absolutely. I just saw.
I'm excited.
It's got Taggart and those. Yeah, I got to watch it.
Yes.
I don't know if it's going to be any good. Will it be better than Part 3? Probably not. But I'm going to watch it. It's got to be better than Roadhouse.
It's got to be. And you know what? I've seen some of the modern Eddie Murphy stuff, and it's been pretty good. I recommend Dolomite. If you haven't seen Dolomite, you got to watch it. Have you seen it? Netflix.
I think I did see that. I'm a huge fan of the original Dolomite and Rudy Ray Moore.
He's amazing. I met him twice.
Me and my friend used to call him. We'd call him on Saturday nights. We had his number. And that's it.
He was like,
Yeah, my friend Jeff used to call him, and he would be like, "Jeff from Charlotte, what you calling me for?" It was awesome. Just to hear him do that, it was like he would do it all the time, though.
Rudy Ray Moore was a black exploitation actor, filmmaker long before it was popular. His movies were terrible, but great at the same time.
The
And
Devil's Son-in-law is my is that one. The human tornado is my favorite. Rudy May Moore's.
yes, and he also has a great record called. Let me just see if I can find the picture. I don't even want to say it. It's better that you see it for yourself. But Eddie Murphy plays him incredibly, and I watched it a couple of times.
He's
How much
pretty legendary. Like his raps, his talk, everything about him. Like he was almost like a master, like almost like a roaster. Like he told one lady, one of his famous Rudy Ray Moore line. He was like, "Lady," he's talking about how big this lady is. He's like, "If I was to yell haul ass, you would have to make 2 trips."
hmm
You
He
know.
uh, he really is a legend, and I'm a fan of his holiday music. I don't know if you are like I am, but my favorite Rudy Ray Moore album would be called "This Ain't No White Christmas," and
Oh
there it is.
yeah, yeah. Look at him.
hmm This ain't no white Christmas, and what a just a festive, seasonal, feel good song, and look at all the people having a nice time celebrating
I'm just gonna
Juneteenth.
say this: if anybody out there can take a week off of work, just do it and watch all these Rudy Ray Moore movies. Just take a week off work, like I did one time, and just watch them all. Just don't do anything else. Just get into it and just see how it changes your life. This is where I am today because of it.
hmm Yeah, no, I agree. And Beverly Hills Cop 3, probably the worst. They probably go in order of best to worst. But
Yes, yes.
I think this one's going to be okay. I'm just going to be happy to see Axel Foley back. I'm thinking about binge watching the first 3 before 4. I'm thinking
I've
about doing
already
it.
seen all 3 of them recently.
Okay.
They're on quite a bit, and the only thing that saves it too for me is Eddie Murphy. He's still pretty good in it, and that awesome Bob Seger song "Shakedown," which
hmm
I thought was the heaviest song I'd ever heard when I was in like 5th grade.
Yeah,
I
I,
was
I
like,
agree.
man, shake down, take down, break down, take. And all your friends in school were like trying to sing it, but nobody knew the words and they're singing it all backwards and stuff. Shake down, break down, take. No, it's take down. No, it's break down.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I remember. Yeah, it was heavy at the time. If you're going to hang on the back of a truck, that's the song you want
Exactly.
playing, and then you could do the neutron dance if you so desire.
I bring the neutron dance up quite a bit in conversation, and no one knows what I'm talking about.
That's why
I
we're
say,
friends.
I'm just happy doing the neutron dance, and people just lobsters crawling out of my ears.
That's why people. That's why we get along so well because
Yeah.
we. Yeah, someone makes the point. You can't look at Judge Reinhold without thinking of Phoebe Cates. Of course not. Doesn't anyone knock anymore? Uh,
You know what my favorite Judge Reinhold movie is?
the one with Fred Savage,
Yep, Vice Versa.
vice versa. Yeah.
Oh, I have it on VHS. I have it on Blu-ray, DVD. Me and Joey Jorson had a real big bond with that movie. That was something we used to laugh about all the time. And the part where Judge Reinhold's back at his school as his father, and he's like, "Yeah, one day you want him to come back to school, and you want him to give out prizes, and he won't because you dumped on him." And he does that big speech. I used to do that speech, and I would have Jordison rolling on the floor like it would be hilarious.
Yeah, how funny. Yeah, it's I remember that movie well. Who would have thought in one show we talked about vice versa and like
Yeah,
father like son, you
I
know.
know. You know what? I like them both. They're so different, but I love them both. They're both just equally awfully good.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, we've talked for almost 3 hours. We better get the hell out of here. I got to start
Yes.
packing because I'm going to be on my way to the
Yeah.
airport. We're going to be on our way to Sean Clark's house It's going to be nice to see how the other half live. And yeah. He's going to count the silverware after we leave. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I
We're
told
gonna
you
come
not
in
to
like
invite that North
If there's an
Carolina.
episode of Little Rascals, we're gonna come in with like just as one of us. I'll be like on your shoulders in like in a trench coat. We'll be like, just fill it up. You'll be grabbing stuff out of there, pulling it in. Yeah, Jason couldn't make it, and I grew a lot, very tall.
Yeah, it's good. We're definitely gonna have a fun time. All right. I'm glad you had a good time. You're welcome for the tickets. It's a good night to you as well. Thank you guys. Yeah, we did some deep cuts tonight. That's what the fun is. All right, I could answer questions all day. There's just too many to get to. So we will see you all again very soon with a recap of the fun. Officialwednesday13.com. Jason Green on Instagram. We'll see you again soon. Thank you and good night.